In a world of remakes and remasters,
Are we playing for
what was once sacred and cool has now soured and become lame.
Red?
Gone are the days of pods and cowabunga. Now is the reign of slurp juice and dabs. Kids these days don't even know how bad they've got it. Now it's up to the best generation to rise to the occasion and make a show that dares to go where a lot of other nerdy shows have already gone quite a bit. That's right. They're going to talk about it a lot.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the show. This is Best Gen, where nerds complain about nerdy things, and it's called Best Gen because everyone on the panel is Mas o menos from the same generation, and we happen to think that it's the best one, not because we're better than you or anything like that. It's just that our movies were better than your movies. So strap on in and prepare to wax nostalgic as we reminisce upon the days of yore while simultaneously complaining about the utter filth that Hollywood keeps pooping out of its poopy butt. How's everybody doing?
Your time. Doing pretty good. Man, I feel nice and rested. It's nice not having to go to work for a whole week, you know.
David is logged on to Steam right now. Let's see.
Oh, has Mark been playing Conan with you guys?
Yeah, Mark's been playing Conan with us.
That's so fun. I gotta join for sure.
Mex has gotten on like a couple times, but not a lot.
Oh, that's fun.
I don't see David on Steam. He's online. He's not like actively in a game. He got a work call, so he will be here, but he'll be late, and it's okay. Not a lot to talk about this week. It might be a short show.
You know how many times
I just jinxed it.
Take it, Alan!
I jinxed it. It's pretty much just Silo.
Well,
for the next.
Talk about Doctor Who then.
Well, you weren't here, so we can talk about it again, for sure. But yeah, it's Silo. We'll talk a little bit Doctor Who, of course, and it's just Silo for another week until we get Severance Season 2, which I'm actually kind of excited about. So there's
fun.
Dystopian science fiction. You mean watching CNN? Thanks, Dad. Yeah.
That's great.
Silo's been pretty good though.
Is this what you were waiting for
No.
to happen?
This is all filler. It's all complete. That's the thing. Like, it's been good stuff though, but it's good stuff at the sacrifice of better stuff. I keep saying this. We're running out of time. I think they could still do it. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know if there's enough time. But I've heard that the finale is extra long.
Really?
Like over an hour.
Wait, are we already getting to that point? We're already getting to the finale?
No, we have 2 weeks.
We only have 2 weeks?
Maybe 3. Hold on. This was episode... No, I think there's 3. I think we have 3 more episodes.
Oh, thank goodness. I just need to keep going. It just needs to keep going and going and going. Like the Energizer Bunny.
The Energizer Bunny. Okay, let me pull up the schedule. Schedule. So including today. Yeah, so there's 3 more weeks. So it's there's 2 more episodes. This was episode 8.
More Silo in my life.
So you're liking it.
Yeah.
I want to hear cuz you've been gone for 2 weeks, so I want to hear how you've been enjoying it.
Okay, so Let's see.
Because I loved last. No,
So the second
I loved
one,
episode 6. Like episode 6 was like, oh, this is really good.
that's where she goes diving, right?
I don't know. She goes diving twice. She goes
Well-
diving in this episode too. No.
Yeah.
She goes last episode. She gets the bends in this episode. She went
Yeah.
diving in episode 7, and she also went diving in episode 6. Yes.
Yeah, okay. Because I was like, she went, because the first time she goes diving to get,
Oh, wait. Sorry. Before we get into Silo, Jared, the pressing questions. How was your anniversary 2-week cruise?
Oh, it wasn't an anniversary. It was for Christmas, guys. But it was good. It was good.
People don't go on cruises on Christmas.
And no news though. Sorry, no news.
Can't play Stinger.
No, sorry. Well, I mean, that definitely.
Congratulations!
There you go.
Yeah.
You didn't go like with your whole family, right? It was just you and your wife.
No, it was with my in-laws.
Okay, I take the Stinger back. Sorry, take it back.
But it was a good trip. We got to go sail on a sailboat. That was fun.
So you took a boat to another boat?
Yeah, exactly. That's how you do it, man. When you're on a cruise, that's how you do it. You just.
The season's boring me. I like the show.
It does need to progress a little bit more.
They're stretching things out. And none of it's bad, but I think it could be better. I'm pretty sure I know what they're going to do. They're going to really front load the finale and put it all. There's things you can rearrange, and you might still be able to get some good stuff. But they're trying to make it more of like a political thriller, than what it is in the books. Like there's a lot of politics in the books, but it's more about like the human nature kind of thing, and less about the political machinations of Common, who's not in the book, at least book 1. We already know I don't think he's a great actor.
Yeah, no.
But what makes it worse? I don't think I would mind that much if his acting's fine, whatever. What makes it worse for me is that he's credited as Common instead of his Christian name, which just makes me hate it even more.
Yeah.
That's how he wants to be known, Common. Okay.
So I kind of, despite me liking the show a lot, I can understand someone getting bored with the show, especially knowing the book's a little bit more exciting.
Yeah. Have we talked specifics of Silo yet?
We were kind of just catching up on the last 2 weeks that Jared missed out on.
David, did you lose your voice again?
I haven't regained my voice. It's been since Thanksgiving.
No way.
Yeah, I've been doing the talking for both of us. I've been sticking my hand up his butt and puppeting David.
Hey, you
for
were on
2
Conan.
weeks. For 2 weeks, it was just us.
Yeah, sorry guys. Hope you had fun.
We did.
Know it.
Dude, David, you were on playing Conan a couple weeks ago, and I totally sent you a message, and you ignored me.
I didn't see it until after I was gone.
Right. Uh-huh.
I've never played games online on Steam before. I've always just done solo, so I'm not used to having like chats open and everything. So
It was a really busy. I didn't stream at all. I played. I played once last week, and I didn't stream at all, even though I promised I was going to stream, because I just had too many family things to do. Stupid family. Don't ever have a family. The family's the worst.
Wait, aren't you guys trying to make me have a family?
What?
You guys are trying to make me have a family.
No, you can have a family. That's okay. I'm just contracted to make you have a family. So
Okay. All right then.
I get a bonus if you get laid.
So that's why the stinger. Okay, I get it. Okay.
But it only counts if is unprotected. So,
William asks, "Is Conan Exiles good?" Yeah, Mark Clark recommended it to us a couple of weeks ago, and it's one that has always been on my radar since it was on in early access, and I never tried it out.
It's surprisingly good for me.
Yeah.
I don't typically enjoy sandbox games, but this one's fun.
It's very much like Ark.
Yes,
it's got a lot
similar to Ark.
It's got a lot of flaws too. It's definitely not perfect. There are things that annoy me, but I've been enjoying hanging out with friends, and I've been doing significantly more building than I thought I would. I thought I would just be going off and doing fights and letting you guys build the base. I've built the majority of the base.
Yeah, you've kind of gone crazy with the base there.
We need to do it. It's been a long time since. It's been like a week and a half since we did a stream, and I need to show off all the base because it's quite impressive. I've got some wonderful things to show.
It is quite cool. I think I hit max level. I thought we could keep going, but apparently level 60 is the max level. So there's some extra things I need to unlock, and now I don't have any skill points to unlock them, so I'm gonna have to like respec or something.
There's like a potion you can get to get more knowledge.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, we're not here to talk about Conan. This isn't a Conan stream.
Oh, yeah, it's fun.
Sorry. Didn't mean to.
This is a Silo stream.
Yeah.
Hey, I bought a bunch of the
Mark.
I bought a bunch of the DLC so I can make it nice too now. Okay.
That's true. I haven't gotten any of the DLCs.
I got a bonus from YouTube. So
nice. Congratulations.
Yeah, you can eat fragments of power and kill. Yeah, we have to actually play the game now instead of just screwing around.
Instead of just messing around all day.
Yeah, that's
fun.
Anyway,
Silo's been good. I liked the last episode. I definitely am more interested in Jules's.
Yeah, and she's been sidelined a lot this season. I mean, there's a good amount of story, but most of the focus has been on the other Silo. So.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just, and I agree. I think that the political aspect of it has kind of been rough because it's a lot of political manipulation about, how are you going to get the mechanical to blame for it, and all of this. And I think it's interesting because, like, obviously that's important. Like the fact that they're blaming mechanical specifically, right? Which I think is an interesting point because that's always been the reason for rebellion is basically blaming mechanical, right? Something that I also noticed this time around, or in this episode,
is a class thing,
Yeah, it's all about class, right? Like the lower people are, rising up. But he also said in this last episode, he's like, hey, it only works if they don't know about the previous rebellions, right? Like that was the key behind getting rid of all the books. Is that it helps them to get rid of all the history, and then they don't know about all the other rebellions.
Yep.
Whereas the mechanical knows about the other rebellions, right? Like they found all the
now, right? Yeah.
And so they all know that this has happened before, and mechanical has always been blamed every time. So I think it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. How the mayor is expecting them to like not know about the other rebellions, and they do know about the other rebellions.
Yeah, the politics hasn't been bad. It's been a little repetitive of like, we're doing the same thing again. It's
I think
they just need to move on into the action. There's
because like for example, this manipulation where they're getting the spy out of the solitude girl woman, right? Like it's like, okay, like that took you 2 episodes just to get her to come and be a spy for you now, and it's
I just realized what's been bothering me because I'm enjoying the show again.
Yeah,
but here's what's been bothering me, and here's why it's not working as well as it should. You have the 2 parallel plots. You have Juliet and the original Silo.
Oh, goodness.
And Juliet's plot is framed as if she's running out of time.
Yeah.
and her friends could die at any minute.
Yeah.
And then we go back to the other plot, and it's not. It's not.
So it just takes
here's the thing.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be. It's supposed to be from the books. They're at war the whole time. The second she leaves the silo, the same like the next day, they rebel.
Yeah.
So
Right, and
all of this
been,
political
like,
stuff is
little
added.
rebellion.
Huh?
There's been like little acts of rebellion, but nothing like huge.
No,
where
it's
just
full
big.
out. It's full
Yeah.
out war.
Yeah, they should be doing more of that already.
Yeah.
And so you're telling me, oh, it's really important I get back to the silo, but then every time we as an
That's
audience
funny.
get back to the silo, it's not important. And so
Yeah.
you're not. Anytime it jumps back to Juliet, I go on my phone because there's not it's not as urgent. That's the word I'm looking for.
Yeah.
That's not good.
Pretty much that whole situation was diffused when
Yeah.
the mayor came and said, "Oh yeah, we've got new tape, so we can't go out yet, but it's looking more promising. One day,
Yeah.
and then that was it. And there's been this looming threat of rebellion that they're trying to circumvent the whole time. But yeah, you're absolutely right. That tension is not there.
Yeah, I agree. I absolutely agree.
Prophet of the Dragons in the chat. He hasn't watched the last episode because
Hey.
he's been at work. But honestly, this episode, not a lot happened this episode. It was mostly just
it was-
filler. It was dragging its feet.
It's
so,
weird.
so that the finale could be really fun.
It's weird because a lot of things actually did happen, but nothing that happened
Nothing
actually
changed.
changed the state of the,
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, there were lots of things
And so-
happening. There were
Right.
yeah, hop on, man. And
so it
Jared
was
was gone
super
last
weird.
week, so we're talking about 3 episodes tonight.
Nice.
So I sent you the link, didn't I?
Oh, it's just two episodes.
Yeah, but this episode was really weird because
No, we're talking about you were gone
Yeah.
2 weeks. We're talking about 3 episodes, bud.
Well, I was gone, but I watched the episode before I left. I was just gone on Sunday, and I didn't get to talk about that one, and then
Yeah.
I missed this last Sunday.
Yeah, so that's 3 episodes. Plus this one. Do you know how to count?
You are right, because there's the one before.
One
last
episode
week
of Silo.
and then this-
2 episode. You missed 2 shows.
I missed 2 shows. Yeah.
Yeah, hop on.
This episode was really weird because there were a lot of things that it felt like they were cramming a lot of events into this episode, but the events didn't affect anything. Even when
Yeah.
The status quo remained the same, and it's
Exactly.
remained this. It's
Exactly.
remained the same for the last 5 episodes.
Juliet was looking for Solo, right? He's missing. She
Yeah.
still doesn't know where he is.
Yeah,
We discovered there's more people in the silo, right?
which is what we
the whole
discovered at
time.
the end of the last episode too.
Exactly. And then even when something big happens, like she gets shot with a freaking arrow,
Yeah,
she's
that was
completely
crazy.
fine the next scene. She's like, oh, okay, now I'm gonna go in with the sword and shield, and I'm like nothing changes. It was really weird. It wasn't bad, but yeah, nothing changes. And same thing with the silo, the original silo. The understudy IT Shadow is still trying to figure out what's going on. He discovers some more clues, but he still doesn't know what the hell's going on. The Sims is trying to, usurp authority and trying to circumvent, what's his name? And
Sims.
Sims is trying to circumvent the
If
IT.
if you're new to this
Hold
show,
on.
like we complain about things we like almost
Right.
more than things we hate.
Yeah, we got to nitpick sometimes. It wasn't a bad episode. It's just a lot happened, but nothing changed. It was really, really weird. So
Yeah, but I did like how Jules's
Hair was coming out.
or Juliet's is becoming a lot more intense. So you're
Yeah.
getting more.
yeah,
I mean, because there was always
Yeah,
this sort of
But at the same
looking
time, it would be
idea.
more impactful if she was actually correct. That like, oh, all my friends are in danger, but we
Yeah.
don't really see that as an audience.
I agree. I think that's definitely
she
been
doesn't know that, but again,
Right.
yeah, there's no tension because we know it's
Right.
not.
She doesn't know that. but the audience does. And so like when she says, "Oh, it's really important I get back," you're like, "Yeah, you could wait a couple weeks. They're gonna keep dragging their feet."
Yeah, exactly.
They gotta work through some things first.
We gotta go back to Sim's wife for some reason, who I still don't understand her motives.
Yeah,
I don't.
I
Either,
don't
yeah.
understand the point of her character. I don't understand what she wants. I don't understand what she's trying to achieve. When she does something, I don't understand
yeah.
Here's the thing,
like
though.
why she's doing it,
the other
or
thing-
even like what it's going to change. Like it feels like she's just rolling the dice and like,
Right.
"Oh, okay, I'm going to do this now."
Well, she did say in this last episode, she was like, "Hey, obviously something is going to go down with mechanical.
Yeah.
Like, I want to make sure that I have friends in mechanical." Is basically what she said.
Yes.
I want to make sure that I'm not on the wrong side of this when all heck breaks loose.
We play both sides until we
problem-
find out who's winning.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
problem with that is
That doesn't
okay,
work if you're the person in charge.
Yeah, so she's saying she wants to play both sides, but it doesn't work because Bernard knows that she was helping.
Well,
So
and
it's
yeah,
not
exactly.
playing both sides if they
And
know
the
you're a
only
traitor.
and she's the only reason that both sides are in the game.
That's
Like
what
you can't you can't play both sides and also like, "Oh no, don't do the checkmate. I'm going to save them. I'm going to stop you from getting checkmate because I want to play both sides."
keep
That's
playing.
not no, you play both sides until you see someone's winning.
right.
And then you side with the winning team.
That's true.
Yeah. Well, Prophet's joining.
Yeah, so he's supposed to. Let's
I agree though. So, but the episode was good. I think it's interesting. I saw like a little, at least the icon of the next episode looks like they're definitely gonna. I mean, so here's my hypothesis. Juliet's gonna join up with this other team that's there, right? Because her objective at first when she got there was kind of the same, right? Like figure out what's going on in the silo, and well, okay. I guess I couldn't say that matter of factly because I don't really know what the other the other team's objective is.
the other team. Oh, the people that shot her.
Yeah. Really, it sounds to me like they're just trying to get into that room, which kind of hints that they might be wanting to know more. But it could just be that hey, maybe they need control, or I don't know. So
Yeah.
So I guess those motives. I obviously it's going to explore that a little bit, but
Yeah.
it'll be interesting to see
If
how
they
that.
did just want to get into IT room, then they definitely did not kill Silo because they need him to.
Unless they got
So-
the information out of it.
Oh, did I say Silo?
Yeah, you did.
Solo.
They didn't kill Solo. Yeah.
I know the answer to your question, but
Don't
Yeah.
reveal it.
Because it
Do
probably
we have?
yeah.
Do we have
Oh.
one more episode or two more episodes?
two more. Oh, the next episode is an hour long.
They've
So
all been
we got,
well, 45.
They've been 50 minutes.
Yeah.
Sometimes 40. Some of them are shorter.
A little shorter.
Hey, Steve's in the house.
Oh, what's up?
Hey.
Sorry.
How's
But,
the poop?
How's-
What?
Hold on, I got double. I got to mute one
Is
thing.
he?
It's been horrible. So we can skip that.
Okay.
We had a pipe burst. It's been a
He works in
terrible
sanitation.
week. So we'll just skip all that and go, hey, Silo, yay.
Yeah. Last time we talked, you were loving it. So I want to know if that's
yeah,
still the case or if it's changed.
So I'm having to jar my memory a little bit just because like it's been a long week, but I it's been okay. I think
Yeah.
I don't think
It's
been, like-
fine.
Yeah, it's fine. There's nothing like I'm overly upset about, but it just sort of seems to be meandering a little bit.
Yeah,
That's what we've been saying.
that's our consensus.
Oh, is that okay? Is that
Yeah, like
that
none of
how
it.
you
None of
guys
it's
feel?
none of it's bad. It's just not as good or tight as it should be, and they've been dragging their feet because they want the finale to be really good.
That's
and they're stretching it out.
Juliet should be out of that silo, but it's like I don't know, like it just feels like, oh, you did this thing, now you have to complete the next quest to get out of the silo. It's like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
a little bit.
no, like how many things is Solo gonna come up with her to fix out of the blue?
Yeah. It makes more sense in the book. So that's a change that I'm not the biggest fan of, but for the most part, having her, separated this whole time is book accurate.
Okay.
She escapes the silo halfway through the book, and then
I mean, I just sort of feel like they almost had her overcome her initial obstacles too fast, and then
I don't know if
because I'm curious. I like they do a semi decent job of giving you the mystery and then giving you some answers, but like the big mystery, which at least for me, where it's like, okay, what happened outside is big overarching thing. It's like it's sort of time we sort of need to know at this point, because everything now revolves around that. It's like
that's what the second book is more so about, explaining what happened.
And just like I'm trying to think what's going on in the other. I don't understand. Like,
I don't know if you heard our whole conversation or if you're getting ready.
No,
to jump
I
on.
just.
But I think
just woke up from like a 12-hour coma. So
my guess to why Juliet's plot isn't working as well is because they're telling us that it's urgent, saying like, "Oh, I need to get back to my friends because they could die at any time." But but we as an audience, anytime we see Silo 1, there's not a lot of urgency to that plot. And so it's like when she gets stuff done in the other side, it's like, okay, great, but you had more time than you think.
And I feel like I got a little lost at what the new Shadow, like his whole deal, like what is he trying to decipher? Like,
I don't know.
oh, is that okay? Is that the
That's
other
added.
hard drive thing? Like, I'm getting a little lost in what's going on. Why
I think it's the same hard drive from season 1.
is that what it is?
Is
Yeah.
the one
It's
that
just
Juliet had, and he smashed, and then they put it back together and recovered some data, but some of it was encrypted. With
But
the code.
it doesn't
But
really
he
make
knows
it.
what's going on
Cipher.
outside. He
Yeah,
knows,
it doesn't
right?
make
Doesn't
sense.
He has all the answers. He knows what
Exactly.
actually. He's like the only guy in the silo that actually knows the history of the
So
world.
it does. He said, "I need to know what they know. I need to know what they found out." But it doesn't
can I
make
ask
a lot
why-
of sense that he's so desperate to get into it now that he
Why
would.
did he kill the judge too, and not just let her go out and die?
So that he could blame it on Mechanical. That was it. Like
Is that
didn't
was it?
it didn't matter to him because she was gone anyway. But it was he needed escape. He needed.
I also like Mechanical. Like, why don't they just shut the place down and they win?
That's what they do in the book. That's
Well, it's like you've built this. Like, that's why I don't understand. Like, I don't understand some of those things. Like, how do you have a rebellion when you have the group that could like literally kill everybody just by flipping a switch?
So they've mentioned in the show, so this isn't spoiler stuff, but IT has their own power supply.
Yeah, I saw that.
And so in the book, and it's what I've been waiting for this whole season. The next day, the day after Juliet leaves the silo, they go into full out rebellion, open war against IT.
Well, because it's like, even if it's just IT, so
and there's some really cool stuff that happens.
That only IT needs to survive if they have to kill everybody in the silo as long as IT's good. Is that what the other silo is supposed to be mimicking?
Sorry, ask that again.
So since IT has its own power supply, IT is not going to power the rest of the silo. So is the point of that, and the point of Solo being alive and protecting the IT department, supposed to show that only IT is important? The rest of the silo could go because there's redundancy in other silos or something. Because just because IT has power doesn't mean the upper people are going to be able to access that power.
Yeah.
Right. And
no, you're right.
It seems like from what happened in the other silo, they tried to go out and then they flooded engineering, which I don't understand why that's ever a good tactic. because that's all your stuff.
Yeah. And
So,
I haven't
yeah,
read
some of the
book.
things
I haven't
I'm just
read
really-
book 2, and so I don't know if it goes into more detail on that. But
Yeah, so I'm just sort of trying to piece some things together. It's like it's not like it hasn't lost me yet. I'm still watching it, and I think Rebecca Ferguson is doing a great job.
she's doing great.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, for sure.
And Steve Zahn, I think that dynamic has been really good. I actually like the two of them together. But now there's a third like I like the third person. Like I don't care if there's spoilers for the next episode. I'll still watch it. But
Yeah.
like where I'm left at is she rigged the diving suit. He warned her about the bends. Was that just bullshit? Because she just rose up like fucking a
No, she gets
No.
the bends
She
in
gets
this
the bends?
episode,
real
Okay.
bad here.
and
Yeah.
she has to she has to
good.
jump back down.
So it's good. No, that's great. So I'm glad that they
Yeah, like
right,
she
it's
like
perfect.
she it's pretty good. Like she sees he's missing, and she's like, oh no, I need to defend myself.
Well, so
but
is
also,
the
as she
is it a
starts-
third person, or does he run away?
There's
There's another person,
another person.
Okay.
which has been hinting at the whole time that
Yeah.
maybe
Yeah,
there's
you
been
can
someone
hear.
else
You can.
there.
Yeah, you hear
Well,
little
and
knocks up higher and stuff
And the
like
cam
that.
the
Like,
camera angles, it's designed to feel like someone's watching them.
Yeah,
well, there's been a few times too where Ferguson has sort of like heard something and she'll like sort of like do the old what the hook was that thing,
Yeah.
right? So okay.
Yep. And then someone cut her rope too, and presumably it wasn't Silo because or Solo. I keep saying that
Because he hadn't left. Because he hadn't left
he
the
was
silo.
locked in. Yeah, he was locked in
Yeah.
IT still, and
We were supposed to think that
Yeah.
it was him, but
Right.
it wasn't.
yeah.
Well, but they said they killed Solo.
Yes, they did.
They said they killed Solo. Yes.
Solo's dead, or is it fake?
We don't know
We're
yet.
not sure. Okay.
Yeah, we haven't figured that out.
Probably not. I'm
the
betting
new-
not.
The new person said they killed Solo.
Okay. Is the new person any good?
We don't know.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
We haven't seen him.
The new person yet. Okay.
We haven't seen enough of them yet.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. Tell me that. Sounds good.
Um,
I just, I just tried to piece together why, I don't know. I don't know why. Like, is there a silo out there that's tried like sharing all the information with
No.
everybody? Why are they? Why all the deception? Is I guess where
Good
I'm
question.
at right now. I'd
I
like.
think that's
yeah.
a book 2 and 3 question.
It's explained. It's explained a little bit in this episode too that you missed. There's a conversation between Bernard and his shadow, kind of explaining the dynamic between like this is why we keep people in the dark.
Okay. So
Yeah,
as
that's
long
true.
as keep
But-
getting answers.
But that's also something that their silo tried alone, right? Because
I
they said
don't
there was this one rebellion and
think
we
so.
wiped
I
out.
don't know.
He said because they said
You're
the
right.
previous
It might
rebellions.
just be this. It might just be silo specific.
So the previous rebellions, they had all that information post or pre-rebellion, and that
Right.
reminded the people, and then they had another rebellion. So he said this time when
Yes.
they had a rebellion, he decided to wipe out all of the pre-rebellion artifacts
Was he a
so that
robot?
nobody knew.
Yeah, but so
Yeah.
the ITs
Yeah.
talk to each other.
okay.
See, that still has not been revealed though. from
Yeah, but
the-
you could guess. But
Well, but you have to. I mean, you assume, right? I mean,
Yeah,
it's
book
sort
2
of
goes
like
into
if
the
they,
order.
if they have all that they have, iPads and all this technology. You assume they have Wi-Fi and can talk to each other, or they're connected through
Hardwired together, yeah.
hardwired
Yeah.
to each other. Or
they have
whatever.
radio as well.
Yeah. So I had made that assumption. I just I think the biggest one for me is just like it's gone. It's been good. It's a little meandering, but it's just like I'm at the point
Yeah.
where it's like, all right, I sort of need to know what happened.
You need
outside.
answers. Yeah.
I sort of need to know what happened outside right now to continue going on, and if it's like, is it the whole world, or like, or what's going on, and
Uh-huh.
it's the solution just to live out life in these silos, because it's like, I guess that's the part where I'm confused. It's like, if it's that bad, if it is truthfully that bad outside, which it seems to be, why are you keeping that a secret from everybody?
Right.
Yeah,
That's the big question. Is if it is If it is that bad outside, why the whole deception?
Like
And
nobody should
fake-
walk.
They should let people know that it's dangerous out there. Yeah.
Well, it's just like the belief. So it's like I know it sort of got screwed up because like everybody thought it was really bad. Then Juliet got out, and I guess I forgot exactly what happened. Was she was just able to make it over the hill where nobody else was able to, right?
Yeah.
But that doesn't make it all roses and dandelions.
No,
outside,
it doesn't. Yeah.
Right? So it's like just take a few people on a walkabout and go, "Hey, we have our suits. Look how shitty it is out here. Everybody in charge of a section of the silo. It's fucked. Let's go back inside now, please." Right?
I don't
know.
I don't know all of the details because I've only read book 1, but I know a little bit, and I think the answer to that question is that there is a specific reason why the silos were created. Mm-hmm. And knowing, there is something that's revealed in book 1. Okay, so don't talk about that. How do I dance around this?
I'm assuming that
the reason, So
there's no method for decontamination to allow them safely back in the silo without bringing in all those contaminants. That's what I would assume. But
that would make sense. Okay, I didn't think about that. He doesn't have a drone in IT or something.
Yeah, right.
It's like
the way that everything went down in the apocalypse. If you knew the full truth about it, you might just give up.
Okay.
I think that's why they're keeping it a secret.
Okay.
Because they want people to have hope, but stay in the silo forever.
Okay, so Earth is just toast. They have to stay in the silos no matter what.
Maybe.
Okay. I mean, are they connected in that the underground water table? Because I felt like
that's what they're hinting at. Yeah.
The silos were connected, like had little tunnels between them down deep where Juliet had her little, fuck house with her boyfriend. Yeah. I'm sorry, excuse me. I thought that was going to be a major thing. Like they were going to find that like they could actually get to other silos down there.
Yeah. Did they show the blueprint thing already in this one with the
they showed the
tunnel?
Blueprint that even Bernard doesn't know about.
Okay.
And
he saw that there was a tunnel at the bottom.
Yes. Yeah. And Bernard's like, what?
Okay. Yeah. That was right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So in the books, and the thing that you brought up earlier is Solo doesn't force Juliet to do the diving thing.
That's what that was immediately to try.
That was a change.
Mechanical.
Yeah. Well, she's trying to find a way to get back to the other silo and help her friends out, and so she does it of her own accord. And so there's been some changes with Solo's character on that regard, which I don't hate, but I just don't feel.
But it does make it feel fetch questy.
Yeah, I don't feel that her plot has the urgency that they're implying it has.
Right.
Especially since on day 1, her friends start a rebellion in the books, and they are in danger. She is desperate to get back before something happens, which I'm not going to bring up because I don't know if they're going to do it. I will bring up one thing.
Right now, how long she's been gone? Is there any indication how long she's like? Because that's
I don't know. Not in the show.
It's sort of like I don't know how. Like I don't have a scope. I know time is passing, but I don't know how much.
Right, because there's no sun.
Because we're supposed to feel like we're supposed to feel like there's a ticking clock with Juliet, but
it doesn't feel like there is.
Feel like it.
We're supposed to feel like
it's like I have completed 5.
That's my complaint.
Quest.
Yeah.
Now you must go down and turn on Pump Quest for more
experience. I almost wish that every episode we had like a 1 day since leaving the silo or something like that.
Oh yeah.
What was what was Solo's plan if she didn't show up? He was just going to drown.
I think so.
He wasn't going to leave
Yeah.
basically.
Okay,
So here's what
He didn't have any help to
here's what
do
makes
anything,
it
so he couldn't do it by himself.
different, and it's I'm confused why they didn't do this in the TV show, but in the books, what's his face? Bernard Shadow, what's his name?
I don't know his name.
I don't remember.
Star-
Lucas
Star-
or something like that.
Our Lord.
Yeah.
Stargyle. I hate that name so much. I'm so mad about Wind and Truth.
I don't even. Oh, Stargate.
I haven't finished that yet.
Stargyle is the
Stargyle.
name of a character.
Oh, really?
Yes,
can't-
and that was introduced in the last one.
My
but-
brother's halfway through. He's like, "This is just like info dump the book, boring." It's just like, oh no. Sorry.
Okay, so he's supposed to immediately become Bernard Shadow. He never gets sent to the
Lucas is?
mines. Yeah,
Okay.
Lucas becomes Bernard Shadow and is introduced to the intersilatory communication systems. He gets inducted into the secret cult of, I'm going to be the head of the silo if Bernard dies, right?
Hey, Mark, we won't have to destroy anything for you. It'll destroy itself. Sorry. Go ahead.
And the rebellion immediately starts. And
Okay.
so Bernard locks Lucas in the radio room for the rest of the book. Because, like, okay, I've given you
like
the
sort of
instructions.
almost a
This is how the
mirror.
silo works. This is how the silo works. But since you're my shadow, if we're an open rebellion, if I die, you need to stay safe. So he locks him away in a room, and he's reading up on the pact and reading up on all the history of why the silos exist, and you actually get a lot more answers in the book.
So it's like a mirror to what Solo
And-
Solo is, right?
and
Just
That's what I was
Yeah.
But the baffling choice is, he finds Juliet. Juliet starts talking to him.
oh, in the other IT room.
Yes, she gets into the IT room and she starts talking to Lucas. And so he's giving her updates and telling her that all of her friends are dying. So she knows that she has to get back.
Yeah, I see.
And that's
Oh, man.
missing in the show. And so her character just says, "Oh, I got to get back or everyone's going to die." But you're like, "You don't know that." And the audience doesn't know that because there's no urgency to the first silo plot.
Yeah, you're right.
It's just political machinations. And the only people escalating it are the her friends who just are in complete inaction until they're, we're going to do something and then it fails. Oh, we're going to do this and it fails.
So was that? Do you think that was given up for the weird old person love story? Because that's the only reason I see to
Yeah,
give
I
that
don't
up. Because you have to have 5 episodes of weird, awkward.
Yeah. Well,
old
and-
Andy Dufresne is in love with
she's supposed to be
female Red and
right.
Yeah.
She's supposed to be a man and doesn't have a love interest.
Well, that reinforces that thought. Is did we lose Lucas being locked into IT immediately?
No,
in the
because I still think
communication?
you could have done it.
Well,
Like-
she's his shadow, right? Wait, no, he has no shadow at that point. Never mind.
Oh, you're
right.
thinking of the mayor who was
Because
previously
you have
shadow.
because you have Andy Dufresne. I always forget Bernard.
Bernard.
He doesn't have a shadow, but does he remake her the judge's shadow?
No, but he goes back to talk to her because, like, hey, you were my
Right.
shadow once, so I just need someone to bounce ideas
Right,
off.
so
of.
I guess he could have still made Lucas his shadow.
So
immediately
the
with
mayor,
her
so
around.
the mayor,
Which one's
the mayor and Common. The
Sims.
mayor is the previous shadow.
Can I just
right.
say right here, I hate Common's acting style. I
Yes.
fucking
Yep.
Yeah,
he's
the-
a terrible actor.
He is
He's-
so
he's
wooden
always
in his
just
performance. He
reading.
doesn't move his lips. Yeah.
I am the judge.
The mayor,
What's the next line?
the mayor and Common and the lesbian girlfriend who's head of supply are all made up characters for the show.
Yeah, the whole
Really?
wash giving like. Yeah, that okay. So that's okay. We are getting into some eye rolly stuff too.
Yeah.
With which is annoying. The whole Wash head of supply love story thing.
It
is
just doesn't.
annoying.
Yeah,
Like
it's not it's not effective though. Like
it has
they
nothing to do with them
they've
being
been
lesbians.
they've
I
been
don't care. It's
divorced.
like-
They've been divorced for like 30 years, and
like,
you're like,
hey,
okay, like
well, it's like
I don't really care if they torture your wife, right? Like,
well, it's like they keep telling us like, no, you can't get to her. She's like locked behind it. It's like, well, I don't accept that. It's like, well, you should, because there's no getting to her. Like, she's locked in a room that you can't get to, and there's nobody. Like, well, I'm gonna do whatever. It's like, so you're gonna just shit all over all the other people that you're supposed to be helping to get her a note, or just
right? Her character
like,
motivations keep like shifting back and forth.
It's so
and the other
weird.
problem is anytime they bring up like, oh, we got to go get them, and I'm like, yeah, you guys were supposed to have started the rebellion 2 weeks ago.
Well, but they got food, man, so they can just live down there. They can, they can do the separate. I do find it hard to believe that the head of police doesn't understand that they want to take level 22 because that's the food supply. And then he's like, we stopped them at level 23.
Yeah.
And it takes Bernard going, dude, do you know what's on level 22? And he's like, well, yeah, all the food. And he's like, oh, all the food.
Oh, yeah.
You mean all the stuff that we wouldn't give them?
I made a miscalculation. Yeah, did we stop them or did they stop? Oh shit!
It's like the event horizon of a black hole.
Oh gosh, Mark, why you gotta put that into my?
I just I can do without the whole Wash storyline. It's just not.
Wash's storyline in the books is really good.
It probably it was fine until I think Wash was great until it became I have to save ex-wifey, who I didn't even visit or talk to for 30 years. Like, so it's like,
especially then, they take her captive or whatever. All she needs to do is bluff and say, hey,
I don't know anything.
Yeah,
right.
I still,
because she kind of doesn't.
I like her. She's my friend, but we haven't been involved with each other in 30 years, so I don't care what happens to her.
What's there to
lose all the leverage?
But that's the thing. I don't. What's there?
She only had one piece of information that she learned this episode, which was, "Hey, we're gonna do a sneak mission to get some medical supplies."
So it's like, what's there?
But she didn't even know the details.
We're trying not to die down here in mechanical. That's the information I have.
Yeah.
We're trying to live. Like, okay. Well, tactical nukes? No, we don't have any. Can we turn off all the machines?
Howdy.
Yeah, we can. You know that. So it's like I don't know. I'm a little confused.
Yeah. So I don't think it's spoilery at this point because I don't think it's going to happen in the show. But the rebellion starts the second Juliet leaves, and they go up, and they're smart about it. They all go up to attack IT, and it goes really poorly.
Okay. Makes sense.
And then the rest of the book is them retreating and blockading off the bottom of the silo and trying to stay alive while the rest of the people are trying to annihilate them.
Okay.
That's why Juliet is in a hurry to get back because all of her friends are going to die.
Did they have a really bad stair blockade like in the show?
Do they have a what?
They have a really bad stair blockade do in the show?
No, they weld the bottom of the silo shut. It's awesome.
Yeah, there you go. See, there you go. That makes it's not just a door with some hinges on it. It's like, okay,
no, they eventually retreat into the secret tunnels and stuff and weld that shut too. And so they have a choke point. So. But then they start running out of supplies, right?
It's like caves, right? Yeah, it sort of turns into cave warfare type deal, right? Okay. I can dig it.
So there's a lot more urgency in the book, and they sacrifice that for political stuff that's been it's not bad, but it's been repetitive, and it's overstayed its welcome.
Yeah.
Well, it kind of sounds like they just kind of skip the rebellion part then and kind of go straight to the.
Well, I think they're going to put all of the fighting in the last episode. I think they're just reorganizing it. But the problem is it changes the pacing of the story.
to bring it back for season 3.
The full-on fighting has got to start this next episode, and then have the last episode resolve everything.
Yeah, it's taking too long. I think that sounds like what we're all sort of thinking. It's just it's sort of.
Well, they split the first book into 2 seasons, and I don't think that was a bad choice. I think they could have still.
I thought season one ended in a really good spot. It was a very intriguing cliffhanger.
Yeah.
I think.
This is just taking a long.
I agree with that. I just it's just gotten a little meandery, and just like the last 2 episodes, I think have been just sort of like time to level up our characters for right.
Yeah. We've already talked about this, but I need to know from your opinion. Do you understand Common's wife's character?
She is an
like
angel.
What does she want? No, I just don't understand like her purpose or like her motivation at all. Like, what is she doing? And what does she want?
A supreme. No, I don't know. She wants Common to be the. I don't know. Like it's one of those. She came out of nowhere and became this brain.
Yeah.
This tactic. So we're like supposed to out of nowhere, and we don't know her motivation other than that she wants Common to be in charge.
I feel like she's supposed to be like Littlefinger, but she's not smart.
Right, but we're told she's the smart, and we're supposed to think that she's like conniving and smart and tactically like this big thinker, and I think we're supposed to think that all these. She is the person behind the person, so she is the puppet master to Common's position, is what I am trying to. I'm not articulate. Common has done nothing. It's been all her. Moving him into place.
But she's also like throwing her husband under the bus frequently, and you're like, this is not helping. I don't think you understand. Like, you're screwing him over.
Almost sort of like the puppet, like, and she's the mastermind, but she's a woman, so she would. But that doesn't work either because there's women in charge. So I don't know. Like I don't. Right? It's like I don't know. It just sort of came out of nowhere too, right? It's like I will go down the stairs, and it's like somebody explain to me why she let those two go.
Right. It makes no sense. Her explanation was we're going to play both sides until we know who's winning. The problem is the only reason that both sides are still in the fight is because of her. That's not playing both sides.
You got the leaders. It's done. Whether you execute them or send them out or whatever you do, right? You objective complete. Oh, we're going to let them go. And then she does not play the other side.
Bernard immediately finds out because she showed her face. Everyone knew who she was. Hey, you're Common's wife. You're the wife formerly known as Common.
Wait, my script. Hold on.
I don't understand her character.
Whatever your name is.
And I think the other thing that's bad is Common's acting is terrible and her acting is not very good either.
No, it's not good together.
Everyone else is fantastic.
Yeah, that whole storyline is just, and he's just he's just decided, okay, I'm judge now, so I'm going to, because I am a teenager, I am going to just fuck with all your plans now instead of like trying to be like why okay, now I'm starting to get upset because I do enjoy the show.
Yeah.
Why would Bernard give Common
power? I don't know.
Power like that.
I don't know. After he was betrayed, I have no idea. Why are you
blocking my shit? You're supposed to be a bitch. He's like,
I'm the one who gave you the power to mess me up. Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't make sense.
The whole show, Common has been angling to be his shadow, which is basically what the second most knowledgeable person in the silo. So you're gonna give that guy the power.
You're going to give him the second most powerful position.
Yeah, not just the power. He is the only one in the silo that can stop you from making critical decisions.
Yeah, there's absolutely no way that he could shoulder his way into a shadow position from that one. Why would you do
that, especially after fucking him over? You
just kill him. Send him to the mines, or so. I don't know.
Yeah, there you go. No, so the other thing that doesn't make sense to me is it seems like they're trying to have it both ways in that IT is supposed to secretly be in charge of everything, and nobody's supposed to know that IT is really the one that's running everything, and they have all this power and everything. But also, everybody knows that
The judicial has more power
right.
than the mayor and the cops. Yes.
Well, no,
They keep showing up and be like,
shadow
oh,
too.
yeah.
Like the judicial is there trying to search the apartment, and the shadow comes up and is like, oh, here's my badge, IT shadow. I have more authority than you. And
Yeah.
Well,
get
and
out of
then
here.
also
Let me
it-
search for this book. And they're like,
Yeah.
oh, I didn't know. But they're supposed to
also got-
secretly be in charge. So it's
Yeah.
kind of
Well, and
weird.
also, hasn't it got even more murky now that the head of IT is the mayor?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it makes it even like I lose track that Bernard's the mayor because he was the head of IT, which the head of IT was already the most powerful person in the silo.
Yeah.
So now he's got the most powerful job,
Right.
and
But the
job.
mayor isn't as powerful as the judge.
Well, right, but that's why.
But the IT is more powerful than the judge. So it's a
Well,
it's
but that's the thing. Nobody's supposed to know that IT is more
give
powerful.
that job to Common.
it's really
Weird.
just class warfare if you think about it. It's
Like Common is the last person you'd want on that job because
Yeah, I
you
don't
just screwed him.
Yeah, exactly.
So I don't.
he's
like,
not, and I don't know
kill
the
him.
answer too because he's a made up character.
Well, it's just kill him. like that. This is a no-brainer. He doesn't have any qualms with killing people. Kill him.
Yeah.
Kill him. Kill his wife. They have no kid.
Does it
Clean.
does it hurt your soul every time the credits come on and Common is listed in the credits as Common and not his Christian name?
Well, I thought that was his name. He
No.
popped out and it was just.
I shall name you Common.
Look,
It's
I
just
still-
really
I still
it's just
stand
really
by
pretentious. Look,
Common's
I
best acting scene is when he gets stabbed on the train in John Wick, and he just sits there. That's his best scene ever
oh yeah.
because he's not talking.
Yeah, I don't think he's the greatest
I don't-
actor.
Look,
I don't
if I ever get cast in a movie, I'm not gonna have them list me as technically Mexican. Okay,
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Right,
That's
like-
a good
See,
point.
hold on a second. But you remember Nameless introduced himself as Nameless during
Hmm.
Wheel of Time season 1 in London? He's like, "Hi, I'm Nameless to
Yeah.
Rosemary Pike." It's just like, wow, you're weird.
Now there's only one exception: is if his given name is extremely hard to pronounce. Then okay, fine, Common. There's this one artist in board gaming.
His name is Lonnie, David.
Yeah. See, that doesn't.
That's why it's listed as common.
When I first started getting
It's
into
not that hard
board
to figure
gaming,
out.
there's this one artist that pops up everywhere, and everyone refers to him, and he calls himself the Miko. And I'm like, that how pretentious is that to call himself the Miko? Well, his real name is Mihailo Dmitrievsky. I'm like, okay, the Miko's fine.
That's an awesome name.
I know,
I
right?
that's a great name.
I'm gonna say that again. I got excited.
Mihailo Dmitriev.
Oh, that was nice.
All right,
Yeah.
Ruski.
I think the last 2 episodes are going to be fine because they're going to front load all the action. But it's a shame that
Well, is she set up to leave at the end of the current episode? Is she set up to get out, or are we still?
no, there's
What?
It depends on how she gets out. If she gets
haven't
out by
watched it
going
yet,
through
right?
the tunnels that they're pumping out, maybe. If she's going out the
can I make
silo
a
the
comparison
conventional
here?
way, then I don't think she's prepared or ready for that at all.
I could kind of see this happening where they literally leave that as the end of the season cliffhanger, where like it's
Yeah.
about to get into a
Okay.
rebellion, and then we don't.
So can I?
That
He-
that
yeah.
would make sense since they have 2 more books and 2 more
So,
seasons. They could
yeah,
offload some of this.
So there's season
Uh,
4 is going to be the last season. So they have 2 more seasons to cover the next
Yeah.
2 books.
Right.
So they can't stretch out book 1 into a 3rd season.
Can I ask a quick? Have any of you watched Severance yet? And I hate to admit this because I'm gonna have to give Trip some credit, but have you watched Severance on Apple TV?
Yeah,
first
we're
season, yeah.
waiting for season 2 in 2 weeks.
So I just watched it. It
Just
in
finished?
between clogging shit pipes at work.
Yeah.
But
Yep.
so I was having a little. So I think they did a great job. First, I ended up liking the show, but I felt like it was sort of doing this meandering thing a little bit too, in sections. And then
Sure.
the last 2 episodes were really good. It gave you a lot of answers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like we need that for this.
Yeah,
we need
there needs to be a lot of answers.
big, just
Yeah.
payoff episode. Just you don't have to answer everything, but give us a payoff episode where we get to see exactly what happened outside and why I think
I'm hoping we get that, because at the end of the last season we got the big reveal that, oh crap, everything is gone to crap and there's more silos.
Right. Yeah. So okay.
Right. Exactly. No,
so
exactly
if we get another reveal like that, it doesn't have to be everything, but
I think what they're doing, and I think it's something we should destigmatize. So you don't need to have all of your action at the end of the season. Like it's okay to have an episode 5 that's just a banger,
Absolutely.
Which is what this should have been if it followed the books, right? But they're rearranging some of the plots so that it all happens at the end, and if they it could still be really phenomenal. And I think the reason they're doing it is the finale of the book isn't super action oriented.
Well,
it like halfway through it's action, and building tension, but then the finale is almost more philosophical than it is actiony, and so I think they're just switching it around so that the fighting doesn't start until the end of the season, so that normies will be happy. But that's going to come at the cost of regulars who just get tired of nothing happening.
So could some of the problem be that you have Rebecca Ferguson and Zahn, who are doing a great job? They're great actresses. She's amazing, but they don't have enough. So they don't have enough for them to do.
Yeah,
it's like you said. They're trying to get all the action backloaded. So it's like we're just creating.
They're supposed to be getting. She's supposed to be getting answers right now. Actually,
well, she's just
right?
creating bullshit. Like I feel like she should have been, Solo at some point here should have let her into IT.
Yes, he did. He does. He immediately.
As soon as she's in IT, we're sort of learning stuff. Yes,
and so you get half and half. You get answers, and you get I need to go do this. So then you get more answers, and then you get
Lucas is discovering different stuff. While she's discovering different stuff.
That's exactly how it happens in the book.
Right, and then you get the little. She presses a button by mistake. Is like, what the fuck is this? And Lucas is like, what? What the? Who's talking to me? Right, like because he wouldn't know. Right, and then you get that dynamic. Hell, you don't even. I mean, they don't even have to use names or something. They could make up some interesting dynamic where they don't give names over the radios.
No, that's exactly how it happens in the book.
Okay. So I haven't read the book. I'm sorry. So he doesn't know it's Juliet the whole time, and they're just.
Well, they know it's each other, but yeah.
Well,
but he keeps it a secret from Bernard.
Right. Well, yeah. So same. But so there's something. It's like I don't know why they would do that. It gives Juliet a lot more to do in Silo B than just completing quests and then new problem solve, right? It's this I could see them from in IT is like, how's the food being made? Like that's what come on. Where's the food? I could see them kind of at first, by the way. Like, did anybody else think that?
What?
I thought.
Oh yes. 100%.
So because I have
the stew
when she first discovers Solo, and Solo feeds her. I thought he was basically giving her Soylent Green,
100%. That's what I thought too.
No, there was. It wasn't this episode, but maybe an episode ago, they were eating something, and I was like, I don't know if it would be physically possible to grow that ingredient in a silo.
Well, I
can't remember what it was.
I'm curious, is there a food synthesizer futuristic food
they have farms and they have synthetic lights.
IT specifically.
I don't know.
He's been locked in there.
They'd have to have some sort of food reserves because he hasn't come out of IT.
They have farms on more than one level, they've spread them out, but
but he's been locked in IT the whole time with people trying to raid him down. So
who has?
Solo has been locked in IT the whole time, and he's had food.
Me and David are talking specifically about Solo.
Got it. He has a whole bunch. He has a whole bunch of canned food in there. That's
it. It's just
the intersection of IT is a silo within a silo.
Okay.
It is a
okay.
I
like
food. It is a prepper. Hey, if the silo falls, this is a time capsule.
Too bad.
And you'll
I really
and
wanted
they can
food synthesizer like Star Trek. I wanted him to be
Yeah.
like cheeseburger, and he got a cheeseburger.
yeah. He's
Oh,
eating
well.
it's all canned food.
Okay, so it's just a giant pantry, basically,
Mhm.
like
Yep.
a giga, like fucking stadium-sized pantry.
Yep.
Forever food. Okay.
Yep, exactly.
No
That's,
wonder
that's
it's gone
kind of what I
crazy. All
assumed.
that lead.
But there were also in the books. I don't know if they showed it in the show. There are also a few levels of working farms.
Yeah.
That Solo was getting food from as well.
Okay.
They
is the
Oh, sorry.
third party in the second silo part of the book?
Yes.
Okay.
And they never mind.
So wait, because I was under the impression Solo just locked himself in IT
In the show, they're
because-
saying he never leaves. Yeah.
because
That's not the case in the books.
So okay, maybe I don't know if you guys talk because just again, my understanding was I figured there was a third person there because you got the dead bodies outside of IT.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that's why
Some of them
Solo
are
had locked
flashers.
himself into IT and not coming out because he knew
I don't
there
know,
was
'cause
another
it's
party running
they've
around
changed
killing
it.
him.
Yeah, that's what I assumed too.
Because it made the bodies were too fresh. So, well, on
So
top of that,
he
there's
did
definitely
come
more
out.
than two of them, more than him, because those bodies were not that old. So
Yeah.
they were desperate to get food. I'm assuming,
Exactly.
and then third party came and killed them.
Yep. I don't.
Either that or
I don't know.
Solo,
It's a change.
stuck his head out and shot him or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah. But yeah, definitely.
Okay.
It's been hinting that there's more people in the silo, in the second silo. But yeah, I could definitely see this next episode, crap hitting the fan in the original silo, and they start fighting, and then Juliet has to get past this new group and shelters in the somehow gets into the IT section in the second silo, and I could see that conversation happening where she communicates with.
Is that what they're saving it for? They're saving it
And that,
for-
honestly, that could explain why Solo knew that the other silo wasn't urgent, because he kept saying, "Oh, they're fine. You need to take care of me now." If he was talking with Bernard,
That could be a reveal. Yeah.
that could make more
that
sense.
Solo was talking with Bernard, so
Yeah, and then he starts talking and saying, "Oh," he reveals that to Juliet when she takes.
Bernard isn't giving any indication that he knows Juliet's alive, though. Is he?
You're right. He
He doesn't-
probably wouldn't divulge that information, but
You don't think Solo was? Solo
No.
would be like, "Hey, there's somebody over here from your silo," or somebody showed up.
well, if you think about it from his perspective, people have been trying to get in all the time.
True.
If there's other
Yeah,
people
if there-
there,
yeah,
he,
yeah.
he wouldn't know. Oh, this is a specific person from your silo.
Fair enough.
He'd just say, "Oh yeah, there's another person trying to get in." But
Well, initially, once they have the conversation, he knows that she's.
that's true too, because he saw the
initially
video
you're
of him
right.
going
It'd be
into
just
his
like-
silo.
Yeah, initially it's like
Yeah.
the crazy person trying to get in here, but then they
Yeah,
have the conversation. he
That
knows.
complicates things. You're
Yeah.
right.
Well,
So-
in the book, like the silo's lost, and so they don't really talk. They don't talk to that silo anymore. But Juliet fixes the radio and starts reaching out, and Bernard hears her and says, "Don't answer that," because he doesn't know that Lucas is friends with her. And then he gets locked in by himself. Bernard's busy, and he secretly communicates with.
Which is simplified in the
Juliet.
show since Lucas is basically locked in there right now already.
Yeah. So that bit still could happen. They could get locked in together. He reveals there was intercommunication, but our radio's broken. She's handy at fixing things, so she fixes things, and then she can talk with Lucas.
So is IT unmanned and locked right now because Solo's missing, or did the other person go in there?
I think it locks.
I think he's it locks automatically. That's why he had to push in the key to
Right.
get back in.
Severance drops on the 17th.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Damn, that's
Season
quick.
2.
I guess I finished season 1 just in time then. Awesome.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
if you watched it when it came out, it's been a wait.
It's been like
So,
3
yeah.
years or something.
It's been that long. Wow.
Well, because it
been a
got
while.
2 writers' strikes, and and
And COVID. It was like at the end of COVID, right? The
Yeah.
first.
it's been a while.
That's been more than 3 years then.
No, I think it's
Hold
just, I don't know. It's been a while.
Severance.
It was pretty good.
That's I enjoy it. I think the last 2 episodes make the season, but I think
do.
it's worth it.
2022. So it was after
I think
but the writer strikes for sure.
They pay you off. It's a
yeah.
pay you off for hanging in there with some of the weird stuff. They pay you off for a lot of it.
And there's
thing
still a
about-
huge danger that it's an empty mystery box, you know.
Exactly. Yeah.
So
but they're giving you so much. You're like it really feels like all of it's connected, and that there's there could be a good explanation for this.
I was looking for the J.J. Abrams writing credit for a minute.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
This is just Mystery Box the show, and then they dumped a lot of information on you in the last
right, like his wife and the identity of the girl, and you're like wait, what is going on? This is really good stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
They pay you off for hanging out. And
there better be a reason for those goats. That's all I'm saying.
They're demons, man. They're sacrificial.
Going back with his wife
to fucking Satan. That's what
it's such a bizarre show, man.
It is, but I was very because it's
so good.
Where I was at, I'm like, this is just Mystery Box show, the Mystery Box, and then
it still could be. It still could be.
It still could be, but you get a lot at the. I don't want to distract from Silo, but yeah, Severance is
I can't wait for Severance. We gotta talk about Severance every week.
Oh yeah, I do that. That's cool. Sorry, I know it's hard. It's hard. My schedule is obviously so easy to work with. Dungeon Crawler 5, by the way. No,
Dungeon Crawler 5. Dungeon Crawler Carl 5.
Elric.
And Elric of Melnibone, which we were supposed to do over a year ago, by the way.
A year yet?
Yes. I finished.
So that's the stream title, the anniversary of when we were supposed to talk about.
I still haven't read the last book. The White Wolf, because I want something to be fresh in my mind.
I'm gonna have to reread the whole thing. That's a good. That's for me. I could motor through them but I would have to reread all of it because stuff's getting mixed up again. Because I read Dresden 1 again.
I just picked up the first Dresden book because you guys wouldn't shut up about it. So I'm like, all right, we're gonna get into Dresden now.
Oh yeah. You haven't done any of Dresden, huh?
Never. No, but Stormfront was really good.
Let me
talk about.
Are you in Stormfront right now, or did you?
I finished it a couple weeks ago.
Talk at you in Discord then.
Stormfront, Dresden Files, and I've heard that the first 2 books are the weakest, and then they just get exponentially better. It was a solid book.
No. So it's sort of the same thing as the Crawler Carl stuff. I don't know why I can't talk.
No, Dungeon Crawler.
Like book 1 and 2 of Dungeon Crawler Carl are superb, and then the rest are.
But they don't even hold a candle to the rest of the series.
Yeah, so that's exactly the same. That's exactly how you can describe.
Dresden 1 though is the best use of Chekhov's gun ever, and it's not Chekhov. It's Chekhov's love potion.
Yes.
That scene is
Rodriguez
so
is
good. It's so good.
You can just picture them in this little bubble with Susan Rodriguez grabbing his Johnson. It's what?
This could not have happened at a worse time, and it was so absolutely perfect.
So good. Hey, it's Will. Well, we can do 5 tomorrow if you guys are around.
I don't have a job, so.
Well, I'm off work finally, so we can. I gotta unload a bunch of stuff. So if you guys want to do that, we could just pen that shit in now.
Yeah.
If you're around.
Yeah. We'll do it.
Okay. Well, I'll send out
Let's hit it up.
I'll put up the flag for the mothership to talk after we're done here. But
I've been sitting. I have not started 6.
You still have. Oh, Jesus.
I have been.
Wow.
So,
I thought
faithful.
You gave up and just went for it.
Look. Okay. Not to bring up Winded Truth again, but oaths mean something to me. Okay.
You read Winded Truth before Call.
Oaths are important to me. Okay. And I made a commitment.
Well, yeah.
Number 6.
We need to revise. Yeah, because I don't know what. We may just have to go without. We may have to do a third one with Shai when he's back from India for his thoughts, because Al Dan's ready for another stream. It sounds like.
Oh yeah, I'm ready. Because you guys, I
Gonna
hadn't
take
finished. You guys streamed without me because I hadn't finished the book.
Oh, yeah, we
and
went-
I'm
we-
and
we
I'm
did
pissed.
Motor.
I'm ready for Wind and Truth.
I need to do probably an actual video too, but yeah, we need to.
I don't know if you read
revisit it.
all of our messages, but I explained all of
I
the
couldn't.
all. I explained all of the specific Mormon theology that he just completely rejects in this book, and you're like, I don't understand.
It's like I'm not like. It's like maybe it's just time for you to leave the Mormon Church.
He doesn't.
It doesn't seem like he follows his.
He doesn't want.
his
His
ideals
opinion
anymore.
is he knows he's going against the Mormon doctrine, but he hopes that the Mormon Church will change in the future and adopt those same policies.
So he's gonna single-handedly change Mormonism.
It's. I mean, it's a.
It's a little arrogant.
It's not just him. There is a movement of people that want this accepted, but in that same vein, though, he has said, if it turns out that that's not God's will, I will accept it. I don't know how long he can hold on to that opinion, though.
Yeah.
But
The problem is all of our church leaders, year after year, have hammered in these values. Say, hey,
it
these
will
are
never
things
happen.
That
Yes.
will not change.
There's
This
a
is-
difference between
this
like
is God's-
policy and
yeah.
doctrine, and our doctrine doesn't change, but our policies can.
Right.
Hey, Nate's here too. Are you around for Crawler 5 tomorrow too?
Let's do
Nate?
it.
Let's just book it now. I'll get it set up.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of
Wants him to
articles
change Mormonism.
pop up online.
A lot of people are mad. It's not just us.
Well,
And
Wind
it's,
of Truth? No, Wind of Truth is actually, it sounds like it's been, that's why I think I actually want to make just a video with my thoughts.
Yes.
I can't read it again. I'm
Read-
going to have to go to a wiki because a lot of it's like, or I don't know, it's bounced around here, what happened, but I just feel like I wasted like a whole bunch of time.
I was in a trance the whole time too. Like I was glazed over the whole time.
Well, we read that first third, which was basically useless information. I still have no idea why Kelsier wanted Mishram. Do
I
we
don't
have
either.
any idea why Kelsier wanted Mishram at the end?
No, and they Shallan talks to him at the end of the book, and we still don't understand anything.
Kelsier's in this one too.
Why? Why? Okay, fine. The only thing I like is that Odium and here and fucking Honor made Retribution. That's a cool shard name. I like
Yeah, it
that.
is.
But,
But you should go and read my comments that are in quotes. Those are Daniel Green's criticisms.
I heard he
Wind
was
and
actually
Truth.
very critical of
He
Wind
was
and
very critical,
Truth. I heard
crap.
that.
like shockingly critical.
That's
yeah. So
that's
is that
surprising.
in the
So
chat
it's
group
not
now?
it's not just
Well,
it's not just the political leanings. Like
You still. I'm assuming
if you
have
take away all
those-
politics, it's still a bad book.
I'm assuming you have all the because like I know we're talking about doing another stream for Wind and Truth too, just so we can.
Yeah, I
Get
can
some fresh
I can
take.
go back and clip them too if we want.
Yeah, that would be cool too, because like, no,
He said the first half of the book was a 6 out of 10, and he liked the second half. It was a 7 out of 10. Still not like
that's not good. 7 out of 10 is not good for
a Stormlight
Look,
archive book.
Stormlight 5 got a 7 out of 10. That's
Right.
shit.
Yeah, look,
Sorry,
like
that, we
70% is a failing
the,
grade.
the Way of Kings is like a 12 out of 10.
I
It's
love the
so
Way of
good.
Kings. I the first 3 I still can enjoy. I think.
Yeah.
Actually, I shouldn't say that. I don't know. That's the weirdest.
Nothing,
thing about
nothing,
it.
like
We
nothing
just love
beats
talking
the
about-
ending of the Way of Kings. Like just
I
when
don't know. Dude.
Kaladin has the opportunity to run away and gain his freedom, and he gives it up because of an oath, Brandon.
Dude,
Because
the
of an
end-
oath that he made to Dalinar.
Oathbringer, the end of Oathbringer, and you can't take my pain, and the perpendicularity opening.
Oh, that's really
it's
good too.
so good,
Right.
right?
Good.
And the
I need
rock
to
just
I need to
fucking
reread
hard
Oathbringer.
blowing. Some people out of know, like it's so good,
But to
like,
go from a 10 out of 10 to a 7 out of 10, that's not good.
here's the reality is too, and then we can stop talking about it. I'm sorry for hijacking the Silo stream.
I don't know if you've watched this show, but that happens all the time.
I know.
Yeah,
but
and
still, like, I
Alan
don't
always
like-
starts the show by saying, "Hey, we don't have anything to talk about, so it's going to be short."
This is going to be a short show.
Yeah,
All we have to talk about is
You guys
one
know
episode
me,
of
that's-
Silo.
That's where I live in chaos. That's my stream. Come on, chaos. That's my home. That's where I feel my most self. But like, the weird thing is,
Yeah.
Wind and Truth has affected my feeling of the Cosmere overall
Yeah.
a lot.
No, like,
and the more and more I think about it, the more and more it's had it's I've canceled things. I the RPG game. It was just too much money. And it's one of those, I'm sitting here going back and forth, going, well, it's Cosmere. And it's like, well, does that mean anything anymore? And it's like, well, you know what? It's not worth it, and I canceled it. And because it's a lot of money for all that stuff.
Yeah.
But two, part of it was supporting him and all, and my deeper feeling of just enjoyment of the Cosmere as a whole narrative. The complete flop that Wind of Truth is
bafflingly bad
for his crown jewel,
his magnum opus. He's called it his magnum opus.
And
it should have been.
It should have been, and it's a complete dud, and it's hurt my excitement and my anticipation for future Cosmere projects.
Yeah, no, I like, if this is the status quo.
You spent half the time at his expo talking to another author rather than paying attention to his shit.
I was just hanging out with Matt Dineman the whole time, man. He was freaking awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
But
how many times did you go back to his booth to sign another batch?
I had to go to his booth 3 times because I had to, because Barnes and Noble kept running out of books for me to buy.
Yeah.
They got there in good condition, right, Steve?
Oh yeah. Thank you. Yeah. I can't thank you guys enough. They're great. They're awesome. My brother is so jealous. My brother is like, there you go. He got me my.
Oh, I didn't even read it.
T-shirt. Yeah, just
so
my brother's gone, like, he's getting a fucking license plate. He's getting a car license plate.
It's so good, man.
He's gone crazy for it, right? So he was jealous, but they're great. Thank you. But it's affected my and I look,
and I've been looking forward to.
I'm a huge Sanderson.
Yeah,
was a huge Sanderson fan.
I've loved every single one of his books. I even loved. I know a lot of people didn't like Rhythm of War, and I didn't like the middle of it, but the ending was so good. I enjoyed I love the ending to Rhythm of War, and so I was still gung ho. I've been looking forward to Mistborn Era 3 for a very long time. I'm not excited for it anymore.
So
if the status quo remains the same, I do not plan on reading Stormlight 6.
So
what has to happen is Mistborn Era 3, all 3 books. I'm not buying the first book. I'm not buying the second book. If the third book comes out and people say it's really, really good, then I'll read them. And if they're garbage, I'm done.
That's also the
But if they're good, and they have to be phenomenal, then I will read Elantris 2 and 3. And if all 5 of those books are not phenomenal, I'm not reading Stormlight 6.
Well, because that's also the thing, is like, I've had some serious discussions with thoughts with myself and discussion with my brother and some other people. Wind and Truth has effectively made Era 2 my favorite part of the Cosmere, which is crazy to me.
Yeah.
That a single book destroyed enough of the characters that I love.
Which was the best of his. It was the best of the best. It was the cream of the crop.
But now, because Wax and Wayne, for me, they're dynamic together, and I love Wax and Wayne, and they never changed. And from book 1 of Era 2 to book 4 of Era 2, they were just being Wax and Wayne, and there were some payoffs there. Era 2 is probably now my favorite Cosmere series, which I
think I agree. Yeah,
you saw, like, he admitted he had it, not just his whole editorial team changed when I don't remember his real name, but it's the guy who inspired Moash, right? His name is it's like Moashi or something like that.
Moash, who's
his old line editor. His old line editor. I don't even remember what happened to Moash's character.
Nothing.
Right?
He literally fucks off.
He just leaves. Really? That's what I thought.
Sigil kills his friend for no reason, and then
leaves.
Goes away.
And then he runs away. Yeah. Okay. The point of the story is Moash stopped editing his books. I can't remember what his real name is, but it's similar to Moash. Okay.
Okay.
So he has a complete new editorial team, but on top of that, he admitted he had
What the heck you doing playing Conan Exiles? You're watching our stream.
he had sensitivity editors on this book for the first time.
What?
He had sensitivity readers. Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Well, that's it right there. That's exactly what we've been saying for a long time. He's surrounded himself with a bunch of weirdos and He's getting a lot of bad advice. And it's like, and then when you reinforce sensitivity editors with the direct quote of "I've wrote 3 endings and then made an amalgamation of the 3 for the real ending," it's like, what?
Boldly brave Sir Moash bravely ran away.
He bravely ran away. Brave Sir Moash.
There's still a ton on the table to talk about for Winter Truth too. So it's just
Speaking
yeah. I
of
don't know what
Moash,
it. Oh yeah.
so we went to Dragon Seal. One of the biggest panels that everybody was surprised about how popular this panel was. It was called "In Defense of Moash," and it was seriously, people were lined around the block trying to get into this panel, celebrating Moash and saying, "Oh, hashtag Moash did nothing wrong." It was a huge movement.
Was that when I was busy interviewing people?
Oh, is this the
Probably,
Luigi thing too? Like killing people is okay as long as
I don't know.
people.
I did not attend it, but it was just one of the random panels.
The murderer did nothing wrong. Okay.
Yeah. There were people just lined up trying to get, and everybody's like, "Oh man, I can't believe how popular this panel is." And like,
I got in an argument.
What?
I got in an argument with someone when I was getting the information for the poll on whether or not the TV show is as good as the books.
It wasn't about the TV show though. The argument
and we started we did, it wasn't really, it didn't start off as an argument. Like, we were agreeing at first, and then I was like, they're like, you didn't like the show either. I was like, yeah, I think my biggest qualms is that they turned every main character into a morally bad person. And they're like, well, you don't know that. I'm like, yes, they were, like, they turned half of the characters into murderers, and one breaks the Geneva Convention, and you're like, he's like, yeah, but morality is different for each. I'm like, dude, morality is not subjective. Like, your opinion of morality may be subjective, but truth has to exist.
Where is the morals in hiding in an alley and murdering somebody?
Exactly. They're like, well, they tried to justify the parent. They're like, well, they just killed his family member. Like, they killed a dog, dude. They killed a dog,
dude.
Like, yeah, but to him it was family. And so you're telling me if someone killed your wife, you wouldn't go and kill the killer? I'm like, no, because I have morals. 2 wrongs don't make a right. They're like, yeah, but morality is subjective. And I'm like, morality is not subjective. Your opinions on morality may be subjective, but truth has to exist. Something is either right or it's wrong. And they're like, no, because Schrodinger's cat. And I'm like, you moron. Okay? Yeah. Schrodinger introduced the thought experiment of Schrodinger's cat to illustrate how idiotic the Copenhagen interpretation of quantum mechanics is. That interpretation means that because the problem is we don't know how to measure things, okay? At such a small scale, it's really hard to measure whether an atom is positive or negative, because at that scale, observing the act of observation changes the behavior, changes the result. And so the Copenhagen interpretation as well, it's both positive and negative at the same time, which is idiotic. And that's the entire reason why multiple realities, parallel universes, because everything can exist at the same time.
Okay,
my brothers in Christ, Schrodinger, he said, this is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Think about it this way. If you put a cat in the box and a vial of poison in the box, and then an algorithm had a 50-50 chance of breaking the poison and killing the cat, guess what? Until you open the box, the cat is both alive and dead at the same time. No, that's stupid. It can't be. It's either alive or dead, and you won't know until you observe it.
Yep.
Okay.
And then they took that experiment and said, yes, exactly.
Because they're morons. Okay. Look, I get that not everyone is going to agree on morality. Not everyone's going to believe in the same God or believe that the same things are morally equal. But one person is right and the other person is wrong because truth exists.
Well, let me
Okay?
Let me throw a wrench in this. How do we feel about the dog trying to murder one of Jeffrem's friends and family members because the dog was trying to kill Valda?
It was
So
self-defense,
Jeffrem was
bud.
just defending his son because the dog was trying to kill it. So,
Right.
What is
Self-
your stance
different than
on that?
vengeance.
You,
Self-defense is
the
different.
dog was in the act of murder. Then
Yes.
it's self-defense. Afterwards, when Perrin just walks up and cold-blooded, out of
Murders
nowhere, murders Jeffrem Bornhold, that's murder.
Yes.
And he's like, yeah, but he just lost his family. I'm like, his motive for doing something bad doesn't change the morality of the bad action. Like, you realize that's what psychopaths say, right? Like, oh, but I really wanted to do the murder, so that makes it okay.
So if my loved one got in a car accident, I could just randomly pick up an axe and kill somebody. It's like, well, my family member just died, so I needed to kill somebody. It's like, what? What is happening? It's crazy.
Silo is the best. We've clearly moved on from Silo, okay?
Silo has been good though.
To him, it was family. He had 2 conversations with the dog. You're like, yeah, again, you're putting in the.
Well,
I got so mad at that.
Vin Diesel play the dog. That's the because it's about family then. Right? As long as it's Vin Diesel, it could be one conversation.
Yeah. No, what was the dog? It was Hopper, right? Or no, that was the wolf.
That was
That
Hopper.
was, well,
That was
dog,
Hopper.
yeah,
Yeah.
Hopper, yeah.
David, it was supposed to be a wolf. It was just a dog.
It was just a dog. Yeah. No, Hopper was done really well in the book, and they're
Yes.
like, oh, he's gone on his when he communes with him again in the spiritual realm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, I don't want to talk about that show anymore. It makes me mad.
But it is a good point. Even it goes to show how bad a show it is when Brandon Sanderson, who's gone off the deep end, is still criticizing it.
Yep.
And
Agreed.
Daniel Green is criticizing it, right?
After the fact.
Well, after it's good he came around, but I don't know if I'm giving him any points yet. But
Yeah.
Yeah. He was part of my poll.
well, hold on. So, Daniel Green is part of the problem. I'm glad he's come around,
Yeah.
but he, I.
He's
The only
still
thing I
asking
want to
pretty
hear out of
bad.
him is I regret.
It's ironic that the left says silence is violence, and then they don't. They're too quiet to stand up on principle.
Unless there's a quote from Daniel Green saying, "Look, I was part of the problem. I should have taken the money. The show is shit. It was a mistake of me to take the money and sign the document that forcing me to say good things about it. That was a mistake. That's all I want to hear out of him is saying it was a mistake.
And all will be forgiven.
I caused a big part of the problem here by not talking negative about it immediately because it's a shit show. I
would resubscribe to his channel if he did that.
I may, look, I didn't like all his stuff, but I did watch him. Like I did watch him for a long time.
And Fantasy News was a great. I
Some of the
got
stuff
a
is-
lot of really good book recommendations
Some of
from
it
him.
is probably still very entertaining, right? But I can't because it's one of those. It's good you came around, but I need an admission that part of the big problem we have with the people following the show and defending it was because you were strongmanning it from the beginning.
Yeah. Read Wind and Truth and you'll know. Or don't do it. But I can tell you later.
Wind and Truth. So Wind and Truth. It's not good. Well, like it's not good. Like I don't. Yeah, we could go in more, but it's not.
I will say, Daniel was extremely nice in person. We had a really good conversation.
I'm sure he seems like it. Yeah. But, I wish he was front of the line. I would, front of the line saying this is not right. But,
what's crazy is I was willing to do it when I had 500 subscribers, and doing it lost me 300 subscribers.
Yeah.
Right. And that was devastating.
Yeah.
For me.
Oh yeah. I get that.
But I was honest. Yeah. And I think that's what matters more.
Yeah, I agree. That's the hardest thing about Wind and Truth right now is you got a lot of people that loved that shit, Like I love the Cosmere, I love Stormlight Archive, and this has just been like. I mean, I just it's one of those just because I know yourself, Alan, Aldan, especially. You guys were probably even a little bit more staunch defenders of the Cosmere than even I was.
Yeah,
and just makes you feel a little better.
I think Aldan is the most passionately hate. Like he hates it more than any of us.
Well, yeah,
and he was the stronger defender than me.
It's funny because it's for one simple reason: he ruined the main character of the Stormlight Archive. He forgot who the main character of the Stormlight Archive was, and he completely destroyed him. And instead of being King Kaladin the Wise, he is Therapist Kaladin to the Heralds.
Gladfly in the comments quoting Proverbs.
Some good ones there.
Twice. It's good.
Yeah. He. That's what I would love to have a conversation with Daniel Green about the whole Christians are bigots thing. The Christians are bigots for not wanting porn in the library in their school libraries.
I remember that whole thing.
Yeah, I mean that's what made me unsubscribe.
Yeah.
So I
was the whole weird books in kindergarten and shit, right? Yeah, I remember that.
But I watched his whole video on Wind and Truth, and it was pretty interesting. He was pretty brutal on it. A little bit milquetoast too, like but I still liked this and that, and his biggest thing is like the reason it was still good is because of the characters. Like the character work is still really good, and I'm like,
nope.
The characters. I think you're attached to the idea of the character because every single character in the book was ruined.
I still want Zeth to be badass. Going alone, Zeth, and I still feel that character's around. But then he Judge Dredded, and he's like, "I am the law," and then he's like, "Fuck you, spread, go away." It's like, what? He can skip oaths and then just break them. Like the amount of oath breaking in Wind and Truth is crazy. Wind and Truth, the Oath Breakers book. It's like, wow. Okay.
The Oath Breaker. Yeah. The whole oaths are bad thing just came out of nowhere for me.
I want, and this is a spoiler if you haven't read it. Is it really bad? And I know the answer, sort of a rhetorical question. Is it really bad that Kaladin spoke the fifth oath of the Windrunners and I don't remember it?
Yeah.
I lose track that he is actually
he didn't do anything with it either,
Oh, he also can't use his armor correctly.
Yeah. He doesn't know how to use his armor. It was weird.
Shalon is better at using her armor than Kaladin. What?
So I thought because we've all heard this statement, right? The reason why he wants to include these characters in his books, it's not what's wrong with the books, right? If you take away all the political stuff, it's still really, really poorly written.
Well, look,
okay? His reason is it's a bigger statement to not include queer characters than to include them because queer characters exist in the real world, right? Or queer people exist, and so it would be a statement to not include them in my books. Like, but there's a difference between including them and like celebrating and pushing it, right?
Well,
especially when it comes to the trans stuff.
There's also a difference between including them and completely changing the face of your whole
and the focus
series.
Of the story. The focus of the story was all that.
Why do we have so many Renarin Relaine focus chapters when they're supposed to be the focus of the next of the next book?
Renarin and Relaine, their storyline ends with they saved the world by being gay.
Yeah.
Like they're like, we were able to fix Ba'edel Mishram because we love each other. Yeah. That was the plot.
Because
even if you take off
the singer, Mishram was like, "Oh, okay, humans are okay then," and she's like, "Bye, peace out." It's like, what?
Yeah, even if you take out any religious context or whatever, defeating the god of passion and hatred it is not done by giving into your passions.
It was a different. It was a different god. It was a. It wasn't odium. It was Baido Mishram.
But it's a child of it. It's a child of odium, which is
passion,
also driven on passion. So
exactly.
he's not wrong.
Still, yeah.
Listen to the voices, Mr. Schizophrenic, that believe what they say to you.
Even if it's not a bad thing, even if it wasn't a gay romance. That's not a good story point. That's like,
it's not.
I defeated love with love. It's just like, it's stupid.
As much as I love Interstellar, the ending is a little bit cringe where, it was love.
Yeah.
Okay. And I think that people misinterpret that scene. Like that was, Christopher Nolan wasn't saying that love was the answer. It was the character who couldn't come up with an answer saying it must have been love. Okay, it was still weird.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm right there with. But my thing about this, yeah.
I love this refutation though. Like this is what identity politics teaches, right? Representation in and of itself is so significant that the lack of it must be making an even greater point. This is why they think everything is political, and ergo the quality of stories must be sacrificed to the overt presence of political elements because their absence is worse. It makes no sense.
That is
it wasn't there before, so you have to inject it.
Yeah,
because that's where we're at. Even if we do all the it was hinted at that Relaine and Renarin were gay. It's like fine.
I agree a little bit, William.
But why all of a sudden?
I love Christopher Nolan, but Interstellar is his least favorite work of mine.
Okay, that is a bold choice when Tenet exists.
Tenet is bad.
Yeah,
I like Tenet.
Tenet's great. I like it.
You like Tenet?
I do.
I really
enjoyed it.
Tenet.
I don't remember Tenet. That's all I can say. I know I watched it. I don't remember it.
It was cool. Don't think about it, man. Just feel it. That's literally a line from the movie, and I get it. But if you actually stop thinking about it and just enjoy the movie, it's a pretty cool movie.
I
fully understand that shouldn't. It's an excuse, okay?
Yeah.
I love Interstellar though.
Bold choice, Cotton.
But like 2001 Space Odyssey is also like the greatest movie ever made, and so it was the homage to that was just like,
aren't you?
I don't know about that.
I'm saying that because of what?
Nathan's in chat. Nathan hates 2001.
Oh, he does? Well, screw Nathan. No, I love unabashedly, I love 2001.
Until the ending.
No, the ending's so you just don't understand it, okay? You don't have any media literacy.
I've never
okay?
seen 2001, to be honest. I've never seen it. I haven't seen it.
It's so come on. It's about the evolution of man. Okay? You just don't get it. You just don't get it.
Space or something?
Huh?
Is that the one where there's like a bone floating around in space or something? Or is that?
Monkeys that hit the.
There's a giant baby floating around in space.
Oh, okay, that's what it is.
And if you read the books, that baby has all of the codes to the nuclear weapons.
Wait, Man of Steel?
No.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
No, it's the next genesis of human evolution. Okay.
Oh, I thought the codex was in his skull. My bad.
It creates a new planet. Okay, and humans aren't allowed to intervene. Actually, 2010 is pretty cool too. The movie. I need to read all the books, but
yeah, I haven't seen the movie. The 2010 movie, but I've been told the plot of the book, and it's completely different than the movie.
Yeah, that's why I liked the movie, but I should probably read this book.
Yeah, I forgot Nolan's doing the Odyssey.
Yeah, that I'm excited for that.
We'll see. It's either going to be it depends.
Yeah,
right. It could be good, but we'll see. That's going to be what we have to see.
Did you see the meme where like Odysseus starts his soliloquy and then a bunch of horns and you can't hear it like that? Oh no, I can't hear any of the dialogue.
Batman comes in.
I think he said something about Troy. I don't know.
What did you say was his weakness? Achilles what something?
Where is his weakness? Where is it?
Where's Achilles' weakness?
Where is Achilles' weakness?
Where is Hector?
That's funny.
That's good stuff.
We'll see.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I like Christopher Nolan, but yeah, he does.
He's a little.
He does have an issue with dialogue and
Look,
sound balancing.
Christopher Nolan is a pretentious prick, but he's kind of earned the right to be a little pretentious. That's all I'm saying.
I agree.
But sometimes he takes it too far.
Yep. Agree with that as well.
Man, no. Okay.
Yeah, the brain trip bit at the end wasn't. I don't like that bit, but
That's a point.
the
That's
whole
a
rest
point.
of the movie was so good.
David, I'm afraid I can't do that, David. I can't let you to slide on.
No, that bit of the movie is the best part. He's
I'm afraid
fighting
I can't
against
do
the
that,
AI
baby.
and some of the technical stuff.
Dude, the intro, the
movie-
best shot in the whole movie is one of the first space shots where there's just a pen floating
Yeah,
in front of the camera, and the stewardess just walks
Before
up and
CGI.
just plucks it out of the air.
Did you guys read
Yeah.
the behind the scenes how they did it?
Yeah, it's a sheet of glass.
Yeah,
It's so smart. It's so simple,
It's
and you're
brilliant.
like, oh, they had like 6 people just rotating a giant sheet of glass in front of a camera. So cool.
yeah.
What did I miss?
Anyway, 2001 is the best. Nathan said that he loved 2001 is what happened.
Oh, that never happened. You're lying.
It's all right. I wouldn't say
There's
it's
a little-
ever.
We've been
I'm
so
scared-
many tangents on
There's
this.
a little bit of
screen.
news, Steve. I wonder if you've seen these, but they just announced they're gonna make Dune 4, whether or not Denis Villeneuve is in, because he's repeatedly said, "I just want to do Dune Messiah and then out," but they're gonna make Children of Dune.
Okay. Well, so I
Okay.
have. So is that?
I think that I think he could be convinced to come back with money, but
I don't think he.
You're not alone in that thought.
No. So look, I don't. I think there's some. I think it would probably be good to get some. It needs to be someone that can do like a cinematic scale that he does, because that's
Yeah.
what he's good at. But there are some story issues in Dune.
in Children of Dune, yeah, there are.
Just in the movie, like there's some real glaring like what that's weird.
Are you talking about in the
like,
books or in the
I'm talking
current
about
adaptation?
in his movies. I
Yeah.
haven't read the book, so I'm just as somebody who hasn't read the books is watching the movies.
Yeah,
Oh.
I was a bit confused with part 2. I agree.
Really? I
there's
thought part
some-
2 did a good job of going back and
No.
explaining a
I
lot
don't
of the things
understand
that.
why
No, I
the
missed.
Emperor went in the most dangerous place he could to get himself killed. It doesn't make any sense. to
Why?
me.
Why? Who did?
The end of Dune 2 makes no sense to me.
Because the Emperor. You said
The Emperor. Why is the Emperor on Arrakis like that? Why did he put himself in a position like that? Like he put himself in a terrible position. He got goaded. The Emperor got goaded into landing his whole fucking, including himself, on a hostile planet where they know this guy is going around causing shit.
because if he didn't, he would have lost the entire empire. Like it was a kind of damned if you
He
do,
has to
damned
put
if you
himself
don't.
in a vulnerable position.
He'd
to get
already
attacked.
he'd already put himself in the vulnerable
Why didn't he
position.
land in
If
the
he
city?
doesn't take control of Arrakis, he's screwed anyway.
Yeah, but why didn't he land in the city where it's defensible?
A big
To show power, I guess. But yeah,
they didn't know that a bunch of
Why-
sandworms were going to show up and just wreck havoc.
Why does what's her face's tears like why are they healing goddess love tears?
What is that?
Zendaya, why are her tears like why is she the tear lady of Jesus? Like why can't she resurrect people with her tears?
Zendaya resurrected people?
Wasn't he dead?
Who?
Fuck, what's his name? Paul.
Paul Atreides? No,
He took the juice and then he was dead. And
he
she had
went
to
through the
revive him.
spice. No,
She was
I don't
on
know what
top of him
movie.
crying.
Yeah, but he was
The
going. He was
tear
going.
hit him and
He
he
was.
woke up.
He was undergoing the spice agony, which is a.
So why does his? But she cried on him, and everybody made it seem like she revived him with his tears. And
I don't know what movie. I don't know what movie you watched,
or
man.
whatever fucking name was. Like they made her into.
She didn't bring him.
This big deal.
No, he was processing the poison within his body, and they didn't know if he was going to survive it. But she didn't bring him back from the dead.
Why all the justification for her having this special title and having her name be like, I forgot what it's called. What her like they made her seem like she was like this special Fremen chick.
No, there weren't any prophecies. I mean, all the prophecies were about him.
Didn't her name like mean something?
I don't.
It's been a while. I have to watch it again. I've only watched it the one time, so
I don't remember anything about her name.
I had to watch Dune 1 like 2 or 3 times to make sense of it myself. Anyways, but
I do agree with you. There were several things in Dune Part 2 specifically.
You guys just don't get it, man. Okay,
because I haven't read the book. That's what I think. There's several things
able to circumvent all the security by himself. He's a doctor. There's no guards. So that's from one. So like I don't like. I just.
But he's the doctor to the king. Like he's kind of the only guy who could get past.
So the doctor of the king walks up to you, your head of security, and goes, "Hey, I want to shut down our shields." And you go, "Okay, cool, doctor." Like there's nobody on guard. Like we're all the guards. You're in the most hostile environment in the galaxy. You know that the bad guys, I forget their names. That's how much I remember, as my brain is fried. Want to kill you, wipe out all the Atreides. Fuck. I've been watching too much Dune Prophecy. That show's not good.
I stopped.
Yeah, that show's not good. I don't know. Look, it's been a while since I watched it, but there were some things that I thought were circumstantial and were less like, okay. I enjoyed them still. My main point is I don't think you need Denis Villeneuve to make another one.
Okay. Yeah.
I think we'll come back to
I agree. Point of the story
I think he's very awesome cinematography.
Yeah,
his cinematography is unreal, great. His storytelling is not as good as his cinematography.
Well, like, have you seen like Enemy? Mm-mm. That movie makes no sense. It's it's like a masterpiece of cinematography. It's fantastic, and the story's like
it's great. Like it's like I know one of Blade Runner 2049 is a very contested film where people are going back. There's a lot of people that are on both sides of the fence.
It's a very divisive one.
Yeah. It looked great. It looked fantastic, but I don't know. So I think you could go forward with Dune without him and be fine.
Right.
I guess that's my main point. But you have to find.
I agree.
I don't really
hire Christopher Nolan.
Christopher Nolan.
I mean that would be. I mean he's the cinematography department, absolutely right. Just do Batman.
Yeah.
Do Batman Begins in Dune, and you'll be good.
Yeah, I think if you just have a good, or even like use the same cinematographer, just so like, we did this for the first 3 movies, you could have a different director, and I think it'd be fine. But the point of the story is, I don't really care as long as they adapt God Emperor of Dune. I need a Dune 5. So it's so good.
I mean, just keep going. Like if it's there and people watch it, keep going. I don't think you need any.
You haven't read the book, so you don't know what happens in God Emperor of Dune.
I don't. No. But I'm just saying.
So Paul Atreides' son, turns into a giant worm.
Nice.
It's great.
Does it have anything to do with the girl in Dune Prophecy learning how to yell cringe like? Because she was mad.
I didn't watch that. So.
Sorry, my bad. Sorry. I'm going back to Dune Prophecy. Does anybody watch Dune Prophecy?
We
watched the first episode, and then the second episode opened with a bunch of nudity, and I was like, I don't really want to do this, guys.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. I'm good with. Yeah, it's not good.
I'm a good Christian boy.
Ragnar Lothbrok's in it. and that's the only reason.
I know, man. Raised by Wolves is like one of the best sci-fi shows.
Oh, I
out there.
love that show, dude, and they
got-
canceled it. I can't believe it. They do White Cloaks. I did a video on that. They do White Cloaks better in Raised by Wolves than
Dude,
New
there's
York
yes,
Times.
they are White
They're
Cloaks.
White
It's
Cloaks.
so good.
They're White Cloaks. They're
I
absolutely
love
White
that,
Cloaks.
man.
Absolutely.
That was the saddest.
They're
That was
White Cloaks. They do it.
that cancellation hurt. I think more than Firefly.
I mean, it wasn't a perfect show, but it was good. It was entertaining, and they had the White Cloaks for White Cloaks. It was, and he was great.
It was a little confusing.
Yeah.
But it was
But
there was
okay.
answers to the confusing.
But they had a flying snake baby. Okay.
real
Look,
confusing.
I'm an easy man to please. Okay. If you have a flying baby in space, I'm in. Okay.
Oh man, Flying Baby in Space. I don't know how you. Well, was this back to 2001?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a callback, baby.
I guess I'm gonna have to watch it. I've seriously never seen it, so I don't know.
You should, oh man, if you haven't seen, even if you
never
don't
seen
like it, David, even if you don't like the movie, you have to see it, right?
Oh, absolutely.
There you go.
Yeah, I know. It's one of those
It is a modern masterpiece. It's a really, really good movie, especially
why I've
knowing
never
that this is pre CGI.
Some of the weightlessness scenes are so cool too.
Yeah, the way that they filmed some of this stuff was it's mind blowing.
Yeah,
it's a fantastic movie. I just don't like how it came together in the end.
I've got a flying snake baby maker. I get it's a euphemism. I'm not 100% sure what it's referring to, but yeah, I would love to see God Emperor of Dune. So just keep and it's going to be ridiculous, and I'm going to love it.
I would love that for you.
Did you see this one, Steve?
Yeah. I'm something of a black person myself. That's good.
Yeah, Norman Osborn is black now, and so is
this is true. This is actually in the comic.
Yeah.
No, this is the new TV show, the Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man.
Wait a second. I thought Captain America was black now.
But it's animated, so it's a different universe.
It's a different continuity.
Okay.
Yeah, they're changing all sorts of races and genders in the show. People are not happy about it.
Here's the thing about Zendaya. I don't despise Zendaya like a lot of people on the internet do. I just don't really like her. I don't have a problem against her, but like I don't think she should be as famous as she is.
I don't think she's a super great actress. I don't think she's ugly by any means, but I don't think she's super attractive
she's
either.
no Jennifer Connelly, baby.
No.
I think she's done well in the Spider-Man movies, though. I think those were good.
She hasn't had a lot to do, honestly.
Well, she was huge in Euphoria.
Fine.
So hold on, but the big comes is because I actually enjoyed the most of the new Spider-Mans, but MJ, who's not MJ, who is MJ? You mean?
Yeah.
Because remember how they swore up and down, left and right? It's like, oh no, that's just a coincidence. She's not.
It's just her initials are MJ.
We didn't mean to. It just happened, and then the next one is like, oh yeah, she is. It's like you just told us she wasn't. What?
Yeah.
No, I don't know. She's okay. She's fine. Like she shouldn't be like the freaking it girl. That's my stance. Like she's okay.
She's fine.
Yeah.
Here's just another rung in the ladder of review bombing is not a thing. IGN claims that Steam users are review bombing Assassin's Creed Origins after the newest update completely bricked the game. You can't play this game anymore right now.
You have to purchase it and have game time to review it, don't you?
Yeah.
So how are you review bombing it?
Steve, it's because review bombing is not a thing.
Wait, Assassin's Creed Origins? Which one is this?
That's the one that's like
this
6 years
is
old.
like this is like three Assassin's Creeds ago.
Okay, I was gonna say
they released an update that you can't play, like the game doesn't work, and they're claiming that people giving negative reviews about a game that does not run is review bombing.
Yeah.
I don't. AAA's like they can't make games anymore. It's so weird. It's so weird that all the good games are not made from AAA developers. It's so odd.
I pretty much exclusively play indie games now.
Yeah, no, I mean,
They're more fun.
There's a hand, like, the Zeldas, and I just finished Sea of Stars, which was freaking great. I'm trying to catch up on
I
everything.
keep
so I
hearing
gotta
that one's really good.
Sea of Stars is wonderful. It's fun. The music is next level. It's an RPG. So
Yeah, wasn't the creator in some kind of like controversy thing, which makes me want to do it even more?
I think so. Yeah,
Like everyone hated on him, so I'm like, okay, let's support him.
Yeah. So there's expansion coming out in March, so it's not an expensive game either. But I'm just paying attention to Ubisoft for the next Assassin's Creed because there'll be a slew of videos making fun of how bad it is.
Yeah,
that have nothing to do with the fact that it's culturally inappropriate as well. But the storyline will suck. But that will I like quoting Asmongold on this. Yes, it's going to have all the cultural inappropriate black samurai. All that stuff is going to be in it. But that's not going to be the worst part of it. The game is going to be unplayable. Right? It's going to have all that stuff, and it's going to be bad. But that's not going to be the worst part. It's going to be like Star Wars Outlaws, where everybody pretends that you can actually play that game.
I think it's the same thing with Wind and Truth. I don't think like the woke stuff in it is not the worst part about the book.
I agree. It shouldn't be.
It doesn't help.
Yeah. It shouldn't be there, but like Kaladin's Zest storyline is crap. Yeah. That is Dalinar's storyline is crap. Like that's the problem. Like Shallan's storyline is crap. Like it's just a complete lack of focus. Like the amount of different POV chapters. It's like, dude, show some restraint. You can
the amount of them that had nothing to do with the story too. We're just like,
you can show how certain people are feeling through other person's POV chapters. You don't need to cut away to frickin' Sigil because he has two lines to say.
The Sigil chapters were good though.
They were better, right? But Sigil became that's also part of the problem. Sigil is in charge of Bridge 4 or of the Windrunners, which
when it should be Kaladin, yeah.
When it should be Kaladin,
anyway,
digress.
This is really fun, guys. We're gonna play a game called Can You Guess What Song It Was? Okay.
Oh yeah.
I was in an Uber share today, and a song came on that had the most sinister vibes ever. And all three of us were sitting in dead silence. I wish I could remember the song. I'ma try and find it.
Okay.
Why can't we be friends?
You're wrong. Whatever you guess, you're wrong.
Oh God, what is it? Small World After All?
No.
When was this January 3rd, so it's not Christmas. I was gonna say Rudolph.
No, this happened 2 days ago, and people have been clowned. Don't read down because you'll see the reveal.
Eminem's I don't know. I have no idea. Genesis.
You ready?
I don't think I'm ready.
Go ahead. I'm not gonna guess.
Beat It.
So
Beat It.
No.
Michael Jackson.
No, it's Uptown Girl by Billy Joel.
Dude, what's wrong with Uptown Girl?
I have no idea.
Oh my gosh. Sinister vibe.
What's funny?
Wait, what was the response? You found it?
Everyone's just saying. Everyone's just I found it. I finally found it.
Fuck, the Uber was just gonna drive. What?
I was afraid the driver was going to drive off the road. I don't like the energy the song brought into the car.
What, upbeat and fun?
It's like the best song ever.
No.
What if we didn't start the fire started after? That would have jumped out the car.
Right? Yeah. No, you're right. That song is so like bubbly and
it's so
like
upbeat
you can't not
you can't just start
bop
snapping
to
your
it,
fingers
you know?
like, yeah, Billy Joel, baby. All right.
Oh my god.
Dude, I wish the driver
man,
backed it
William's
up, but
out.
we can't start the
especially the
fire. Like tuck and roll. Yeah, I know.
Like, come on. How is
Look,
that sinister? Like,
so everyone is clowning on her except this one person who's like, no, she's right. The song is about tragedy and musical conflict because of this BS music theory. The song's music alternates between the keys of C major and E major, with the attempts to seduce the uptown girl failing to overthrow the primary tonic of E major.
Yes,
this tonal conflict suggests that Joel doesn't succeed in winning the girl's heart. The song's lyrics suggest that Joel doesn't get the girl, but the video shows her joining in the dancing and riding off with him in his motorcycle.
Billy Joel
The song is about
evil genius, man.
The
Who knew
song
he was
is-
fucking Lex
because he murdered her. The song is about I don't know. The song is about an affluent, high-class uptown woman with whom Joel is smitten. The problem is that the singer is from from a less wealthy, lower-class downtown, reflecting his musicality. The verses are all in E major, representing that higher class, while the bridges and breaks attempt to woo her away from safety into E major. Oh no! E major, you don't say.
describing half the romantic comedies made ever.
exactly, right?
When he tries C major, where she knows what she wants, and when she's walking, and when that fails to get her attention, he tries A major. So he's just trying everything. This isn't sinister. This is just a guy throwing everything at the wall and hoping he'll catch one uptown girl. When it fails, the music reverts to the uptown E major in the next verse. Okay, why does that make it sinister?
I'm like, sure, that sounds like a good story. Why is that a bad thing? Wow.
Wow, that's
I really want to know.
You
what
must
happened.
be a downtown girl.
that's good.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, the internet is full of stupid people, but how could you?
Because it was because
this
they
song.
used it in a weird scene in The Boys.
Ah,
Maybe that's it. So you're just an idiot. Dude.
What is happening?
Maybe the energy was just you. The omen was coming from inside your body.
I don't.
Isn't that the best thing you've seen all day, though?
It's the most upbeat song ever. Like it's like, oh, he's evil. It's like
It's
What?
like it's almost like out of character for the rest of Billy Joel's discography. Like there aren't a lot of
Right?
other songs that sound like this one,
It's just like,
except
what?
maybe For the Longest Time is probably the other one
yeah.
that
I
gets
just don't-
that gets even close to like this level of like doo-bop, you know,
Yeah.
like doo-wop. Sorry.
I just don't understand how these people survive. Like you hear
Right?
Uptown Girl and you're triggered. It's like what?
This is the reason why sensitivity readers exist, and I hate it.
oh,
Yeah. That's so pathetic.
that was a
That's
good poster behind Billy Joel, though. I liked it. That's a good one. Maybe that's what was triggering her. She saw the video and was like,
Yeah,
"That
the
shit's too hot."
low res makes it look a lot more revealing than it is. The song was about his wife.
I don't know.
I didn't know that. Is that
I think I don't know. Maybe.
legit?
Wild.
Yeah,
Wow.
absolutely.
The most depressing song ever. I'm Walking on Sunshine.
Right. Now, Billy Joel has done some pretty depressing songs, right? But
Dude, you got like a Good Night Saigon. Oh, it's
yeah.
so freaking good.
Yeah.
or Farewell to
That-
Saigon, I think.
that's what it's called. And they were sharp.
Just telling you, we didn't start the fire, baby.
Nice.
That's the classic.
Nice. Yeah. Then there's the what was the other one? The Lonely.
No, it's Good Night Saigon.
Good Night Saigon. I thought it was Farewell to Saigon for some reason. Yeah, I mean, he does lots of
I was right.
very moody.
You corrected me.
Correct. You are correct.
How many times have I told you not to correct me on my show, David? Oh boy.
Nice, Salty. That's awesome. Fun fact: Billy Joel was the first physical CD that I owned as a kid.
It's a good one.
Our dad got the Billy Joel's best greatest hits collection, and so he had everything that was on the River of Dreams album. So he gifted that to me, and we listened to that all the time.
Salty, you can come on the show anytime you want. You can watch Silo or Severance coming up.
Starts up.
They might have already been married. Yeah. Okay. Screw Silo. Okay, then I don't know. Come on, correct me on my grammar. I don't know. Then you tell. I'll watch whatever you want me to watch. Okay, that's what I do.
Yeah, exactly. Glyphite. Billy Joel has range.
What was the
very different songs?
What was the one about hell? In hell, there's a big hotel
where the barges closed and the windows never open. Shoot!
Why do I want to say Chasing Pavements? That's Adele. I don't.
It's on that same album, the River of Dreams album.
Yeah. I'll look it up.
We're looking it up now. No Man's Land.
No, it was a good one. I like that one a lot. I liked that it said hell, and my parents couldn't get mad at me for listening to it.
Yep. That's the only reason.
Yeah, that's good.
Anyway, so that's Silo and a bunch of other stuff. And Jared, you wanted to, I think that's it, except that Jared also wanted to talk about the Doctor Who episode that I forced him to watch. I hope you watched it on your cruise with your wife. I hope you took a break.
No, dude, I had no reception at all. It was great. I wasn't getting any text messages, no emails. It was the best. No, but I just wanted to mention it because
Steve, I don't know. You didn't watch Doctor Who, right?
No. I've never been a Who whatever. Yeah, I never got into Doctor Who.
Well, that's all the content I had for today. So I mean, you can leave whenever you want, or you can stick around and hear Jared complain about the show that we talked about last week, but he wasn't here.
I'll chill if you want. I mean, I can either way. I'm good.
Welcome to stay.
I've already purged that from my mind, so
it was horrible.
I had to.
Okay.
So high review.
If you don't know anything about the franchise, I think Nerdrotic has the same opinion, and I 100% agree that out of all of the franchises that have just been completely destroyed, like Star Wars, Marvel, Star Trek,
Star Wars,
Doctor Who, I think is the worst.
Well, and this is the just
and it was first.
Somebody that hasn't watched it. This is
or
the new season.
Or maybe I think Nerdrotic thinks that. I think he says Star Trek is the worst, desecrated.
Is this the new season with the new Doctor?
Yeah,
like she's gone.
Yes, yeah, female Doctor
which is interesting because at least with her, like I know it was bad, like from listening to what from Nerporial and Salty and a bunch of you guys that have watched it didn't like Jodie Whittaker and didn't think it was very good. But at least, you would hear about it. I didn't even know a new season of Doctor Who started. Whoever they have playing the Doctor right now is getting no traction whatsoever.
Yeah, it aired all this year, and then
it's the whole season.
Yeah, well, no, the Christmas special.
Okay,
so we're just talking. It was a couple months ago. It ended, and then. Or maybe it was like half a year. When did
the new Doctor
it came out at almost the beginning of this year, didn't it?
I think it was.
Yeah, it's a new doctor. So no longer have a female doctor. It's now a gay black man.
Right.
Whose only
No.
other credit was a show called Sex Education. That's
Which
the
is
only
about
other thing
it's
he's
a
been in.
Netflix show about high schoolers having sex.
Excuse me?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. The X-Files girl is in it.
Jillian?
Jillian. Yeah, she's the main character's mom.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is age caught up to her, or how's she doing?
I mean, I didn't watch the
Don't
show,
know.
so
Oh, okay. Well, enough said. Wow.
Yeah, the new doctor is pretty bad.
I don't know about you, Steve. I don't particularly enjoy watching high schoolers have sex with each other. Some people might be
when I
into
was
that.
in high school, maybe.
We don't judge, but
Or Dawson's Creek. Oh, sorry.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Is it the skulls? Oh, sorry. God.
It's definitely not a
Man.
new thing, is it?
That's really all it is. Where's all the science stuff?
sorry.
Do they science to go get more high schoolers or something? Like, do they jump in
Oh.
the telephone booth to go to a new high school?
Oh no,
it's
he
a
was talking
different
about
show.
Sex Education. That's the only other show that the new doctor has been in.
Sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
Different show.
Oh, sorry. I got
But
confused. I thought you were talking about
I
Doctor
was
Who
confused
being bad.
because your question is it actually makes sense because this season, for some reason, the show is no longer a science fiction. It's about magic now.
Yeah.
Doctor Who is about
There's a lot of-
magic now.
Wait, Doctor Who is magic?
No, it's not, Steve.
Where's Gandalf? Is Gandalf going to have a crossover?
This entire season, I think there was like one episode where like, okay, that's a sci-fi concept. The rest has been, I'm going up against magical gods.
Was there a dragon?
No,
I
there wasn't a
didn't watch
dragon.
that far. There was.
There were space babies. They could talk.
Yeah, that was weird.
We're
Was
talking
So,
2001 again?
You know me.
Is that...
I loved that episode.
Space babies that could talk.
I only.
Two full circles.
It wasn't as good. They weren't flying. Okay.
Wait,
No,
They
no,
couldn't fly.
They were
could-
hovering.
They were flying in a
Hold on.
spaceship, but
Hold on.
they all had wheelchairs.
Okay, I thought they were out in space, flying around and talking in the vacuum of space.
No, they were piloting a spaceship.
Why
The
were they
space
babies?
babies. That is a great question, Steve. It's not explained.
Is a superior form for a...
We were asking that the whole time. Okay, are they going to explain why they're babies? No, they were trapped on a ship for like 50 years, and for some reason they're still babies, and it's not explained why.
Hey, because babies flying ship equals funny.
Yeah, that was it. One of them had like a flamethrower on their wheelchair.
Dude, you know that's what they're doing in the writer's room. It's like, what would be so silly it would be funny? Well, let's just have babies flying a spaceship. And they're like, let's give one of them a flamethrower. That'll be even more funny. 'cause
Yeah, it was
it's a
funny.
Baby with the flamethrower. It's like,
And they CGI'd their mouth. It was like watching those old like
Baby
movies where
babies.
animals could talk, you know?
Oh,
And they
yeah,
like
yeah.
it was so bad. It was so gross.
babies, progressive? Was it progressive? Or the babies talking about something in the commercial? I don't know.
Yeah,
They
it
were
was
long,
gross.
yeah.
I can't remember what the message was for that one, but it was a gross message. Oh, it was saying babies
monsters aren't-
need fear. Or something like that.
Yeah, and then there was the monster that was the good guy. He just wanted to be loved.
The child predator who was hunting down and killing babies was just misunderstood.
Yeah.
Because children need fear to thrive. That was the
I'm so
message of the episode.
tired of.
Also,
Why can't they
the
just-
monster was made out of boogers.
Yeah.
He was the bogeyman.
Oh my
But
Get it?
serious?
yeah.
He's-
Deadly serious.
Yes. This is what happened. Yes.
It was bad.
And this was the only episode that was actually sci-fi.
Yeah. So
Why?
this whole thing, I watched all of the previous Doctor, female Doctor lady, all of her episodes except
I don't know why.
except the last one, the Christmas special, and they weren't good. There were a couple episodes that were decent and a couple interesting ideas that they didn't explore and pay off. I haven't seen a single thing from this new Doctor that is anywhere close to an interesting concept. That it's all awful, terrible crap.
Booger babies in space isn't interesting.
Yeah, count me in.
Oh my god.
No, it's been awful. It's been so terrible. And again, I haven't seen all the episodes of him, just little bits here and there, but I haven't seen anything that is good. And this latest episode that we're finally getting to again,
One of the worst ones yet.
It was so nonsensical and stupid. There was no plot to it. Okay,
You liked the Time Hotel?
what did you like about it?
I should say that it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. Because here's the thing. I thought, just based off of some of the stuff that you guys had said, that it was going to be like, making fun of, the whole Jesus thing.
Yeah,
no,
my
that's just the end.
my title was a little clickbaity on purpose. Yeah.
It was definitely clickbaity, but I actually really appreciate.
She becomes the Star of Bethlehem. Though,
I know, and that is
the fat lesbian feminist eats a star or eats a sun and becomes the Star of Bethlehem.
I know, but it's just a way to explain the new star, right? Like they're like, okay, how do we explain that maybe this star was, created and why it was created? So they gave it a story.
It wasn't created for the miraculous birth of the savior of all mankind. It was created because a fat chick ate a star. Okay.
No, but that's
also, why did she eat it, Jared? Why did she eat the star?
It was for the birth of the savior, right? Like that's actually what I really appreciated about this particular episode, is that like it was very much focused on Jesus Christ and what he is.
When?
Because the whole episode was about how you were supposed to care about people and love people and get to know people, right? And so it's all about sharing this
Very
love
loosely.
and joy and this love of Christ, right? And then at the end, she's like, "Hey, we all have the star within us, right? Like we all have the light of
Only
Christ
if you eat a star."
I think you're stretching. I think you're stretching very hard, Jared.
No, I am not. No, I actually feel
additional meaning into
this. More sure about this than any of my other comments. Like I actually really appreciated this one because I think it was very maybe profound's not the right word, but it kind of related this Christmas theme to Jesus more than I would have expected, especially for Doctor Who. All of their Christmas specials have been about, Santa Claus or whatever. And this one was definitely focused on Jesus Christ.
They never mentioned Jesus. What are you
not,
talking about?
It's not focused on Jesus Christ, but I do agree that they could have gone, full on attacking. It's like, oh, this isn't, Jesus Christ isn't real. The star wasn't whatever it was. I appreciate that they didn't do that.
Yeah.
So I see what you're saying there, but everything else about the episode was nonsensical.
No, because look, even so at the end, right? Like at the end when the star was up in the sky, sure, like maybe it's this woman that eats a star and then floats up there and becomes a star.
Why did she eat it?
I don't know. That was part of like the alien, the alien species or whatever.
No. Part of the whole plot of the episode was that the evil is capitalism bad, right? Okay. The whole plot of the episode was the evil capitalist corporation. It's not. I'm thinking Dr. Carl. What's the
Valte? Yeah, let's talk. Okay, the Valte corporate. No, sorry.
So the entire plot was this evil capitalist organization
Organization,
was
yeah.
willing to sacrifice all of Earth for an energy source. And so they sent it back in time. They sent their time bomb back in time so that it would absorb energy and then blow up and turn into a mini star that they could use as an energy source. And then they succeed and then never show up to get it. And for some reason, the fat feminist eats the star, and that's not what they wanted.
Because apparently that's the way that she was able to move the star away from that galaxy.
It was in a box.
I know, but
You can put the box. All they had to do was put the box in the blue
TARDIS?
machine and teleport away from, and then throw it out of the box.
I get it. It's like,
But
and I
she
will
ate
give
it
you this,
and
the
turned into a
story-
star for some reason. That's
the
not
story
explained.
Itself may not be as connected and complete as it should have been.
Right,
but
which is my problem.
But as a Christmas episode, I actually really appreciated it because it did focus a lot more on Jesus than I expected, and I felt like that was actually a redeeming quality that I had given up on. Like, for example, like with all the other stuff that we've talked about with this new Doctor Who and him being queer and whatnot, and how they've kind of abandoned their
Yes.
beliefs and everything. This was actually a breath of fresh air when I was like, you know what, they are taking the time to make an episode about.
I agree. I
and
agree that it was less. I agree that it was less politically charged than the entire season. But that's not my complaint about the show. My complaint about the show is it made no sense.
So it was a little. It definitely was a weird story, right? Where they're.
It was a nonsensical story.
Let this star develop and burn, but at the same time, it's like, okay, well, how does a new star come to life, right? Like, how does that come to life? And if you're trying to introduce that story into Doctor Who, then I think it was an okay way of introducing it and saying, okay, well, maybe it's some sort of weapon.
Right. So why didn't they show back up? Why didn't the company never shows up to pick up their weapon? Which was the entire plot. That was the entire point of the episode.
Because she takes it and leaves. Well, and this is the thing. So she was originally the host, right? So she was part of the company, right? So as being a host of the briefcase that when it clamped onto her,
which was also stupid. I hated that. They had the manager of the Time Hotel, and then they decided to switch to the Doctor because all they needed was access to go back in time to give the star time to develop. That was it. Yeah. They just needed time. Was the only thing they needed, which is why they went to the Time Hotel. They got the manager, and then for reasons, it transfers to the feminist.
Well, it's because her name was Joy, right?
Right, but it was because her name was Joy, right?
Yeah.
So that
was Joy, and so it's all about how Joy comes to everyone, right? Through.
Okay, I understand the theme, but the plot makes no sense, Jared.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. Like
that's what we have often criticized on the show about writing backwards. They're like, okay, we want Joy to eat a star and bring joy to the world. How are we going to convoluted make that happen?
I agree.
And nothing makes sense.
Yeah, I agree.
It doesn't explain the briefcase thing. Everybody that had let go of the briefcase and had it transferred to another person just disintegrates.
Exactly. Like the Doctor did.
And it doesn't happen with her.
The Doctor didn't do anything. Here's the thing. The Doctor didn't do anything to thwart the bad company's plans. Everything happened as they wanted it to happen. They just didn't show up at the end.
And they moved the star away from the galaxy that it was going to destroy, so it didn't destroy anything.
No, they didn't.
Yeah, that's what she said. She
opened it up in Bethlehem and then flew away.
I know, and when she flew away, that's when the star was created. And
why don't they just go and pick up the star?
Well, because
in its new location.
So because she was a part of the host, like that line of hosts. That was the company,
which was also just nonsense. Like, why were they?
I know, but because she had severed the link, right? Because the Doctor had severed the link.
He didn't sever anything.
Yeah, he did. That's why it didn't kill her. Is because he severed the link by making her upset, and the emotion.
He never said anything about severing a link. He said he got her upset so that she wouldn't be brainwashed anymore and she could control it.
Yeah, exactly, and it severs the link, and
Yeah,
that's
but
why
then
we
it
talk
showed
about
it
this.
reconnected. Then it showed, okay, she was in control for a second, but then it showed, oh, it's controlling her again.
Yes,
It literally showed her eyes glaze over.
until she went to the dinosaurs. So she goes to the dinosaurs, and then that's when the new doctor makes her so upset, and she disconnects from the
Yes.
briefcase.
After that, it showed it taking control of her again.
No, it didn't.
It did. Yes.
No, it didn't.
Yes.
because
Yes.
the
Yes. Yes.
dinosaur
Yes. Yes.
ate
Yes.
it.
Yes.
The dinosaur
Yes.
ate it, dude.
It
you should
happened.
watch it
It happened
again. Pull it
after
up. Let's show
he
it right now.
broke the
This
connection,
is
which
me
he didn't
correcting
do.
you on your show. Let's see.
No
it.
one, no one ever corrects me on my show.
Why else would she?
No one ever
Basically.
correctly corrects me on my show.
Yeah.
No, so that's the thing. So
'Cause I've never been
after
wrong.
she gets disconnected, then he goes over with the sonic screwdriver, and then they realize, oh no, we're actually in the time of dinosaurs, and that's billions of years before anything happens.
Just nonsense.
The T-Rex eats it, and then they never get close to it again until they open it up and she takes it up and eats it.
I just don't.
Yeah.
They still could have. They were
Steve, the look on your face says everything.
Are we talking a star, like a real star?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
No,
real
a human.
star,
A human ate a star.
Why is
And
a
then-
T-Rex
and-
eating a star?
Yeah.
What's that have to do with
Because it wasn't a star yet. It was contained within like a briefcase, and they were trying to turn it into a star so they could use it as an energy source.
but it had to develop over billions of years.
So because they didn't want to wait, they went to a time hotel and sent it back in time to the time of dinosaurs, so that in current day it would be finished and they'd have a star energy source. Except that they just don't show up. Like the doctor doesn't. A whole bunch of people die. The doctor doesn't save anyone.
Star?
Oh,
Yeah, it's like this big.
It can be that big.
It's a mini star.
What?
The
Nobody
real star.
died.
and that's everybody died.
Nobody
And
died?
That's another
Nobody
thing.
died.
That's another thing that I hate. about
Jared.
this episode is because
Nobody died.
No,
This episode-
okay, except for the people.
Oh, except for all the
Yeah,
people
yeah,
that
yeah.
died.
Exactly. But that's what I don't like about this episode, because they try to put it at the end of like, oh, all these people that ended themselves or whatever, they're just becoming part of the stars, and it's okay.
Yeah,
guys,
that was a
it's
little weird.
beautiful,
That was weird.
and that pissed me off.
But like it kind of goes back to that. Hey, like every one of us has the light of Christ, right? Like so.
Sure,
so
I don't know
that's
where
a
you're. I don't know where you're getting these connections. They never
You
mentioned
can-
Christ in the episode.
You can interpret
I know,
it
it's
that
not-
way, but
it's
it's
not
not
mentioned,
in the episode.
inferred. It's inferred, and I think they did a good job at leading to that inference.
I
No,
think
they're
you're
saying
reading into
only
it.
fat
Oh,
feminists have the light of Christ. What are you
That's
talking
not
about?
what they're saying.
I don't know what they're saying, and I don't know where you got this
Because they're
bizarre.
saying, she literally, before she floats off, she's like, hey, each one of us has the star, right? Referring to all the people that died and got like sucked into the star, right? Like she's referring to that. But if you think of it overarching, like each one of us has the light of Christ in ourselves, and we get to
But
share
that's-
that joy with others.
That's different, because she's saying after you die, you become part of the star, and then you can share your life with others. That's
No, that's not. Well, she may have been referring to that, but the overarching message that they're trying to say is every one of us has that light in us.
I think
Like-
that's a good message that you can interpret what they presented, but I absolutely do not think that that's the message that they were trying
I
to
think that is the
show.
message they were trying to portray, because she literally says each one of us has this light within us.
It never says that anywhere.
It
She's the
totally
only one that
does.
has light in her. What do you,
No,
Christ has
she
Christ in
says
it too?
that.
Jared? Did you
Yes.
like do drugs when you were on that cruise?
No. She literally, before she floats away, says every one of us.
Look,
has
I know
light in us.
it was a tropical cruise, so they might
Wow.
not have been speaking English.
Where-
But
she float away to?
did they offer you any yerba
No,
verde or anything like that?
no.
La-
Definitely not.
Where did she fly to? Do you know?
She flew up into the sky and became the Star of Bethlehem.
Yeah, exactly. So she just went off and became a star and didn't kill anybody.
And her name was Joy, so she gave joy to the world.
Yeah.
Get it?
The T-Rex
Just
okay?
like Christ gave joy to the world.
I think he gave joy to the world by being Christ.
Well, I know, but Christ gives joy to the world is ultimately what they were ending with.
I'm so confused.
Because that's where it all happens, right? So that's where the star becomes. I mean, she becomes the star is right over Bethlehem,
Right.
And at the end, he's literally like, "Oh, of course, that's why this all happens here."
Right. And then it revealed Bethlehem, and I vomited in my mouth.
Yeah, but that's why I think it's kind of that's why I thought it was nice because I was like, hey, they are actually focusing on Jesus Christ, and it is clear that they are saying, hey,
they're hinting at
Christ
Jesus
is
Christ.
joy
Right.
to the world.
It's more like Jesus Christ is an Easter egg at the very end of the episode. I don't think they're focusing
No,
on
I
it
don't
at
think
all.
so. I don't.
You know what the episode focused on? That random girl in the train who interrupts the plot.
Yeah.
Who interrupts the plot in a chase sequence to say, "Oh no, by the way, I'm a lesbian."
Yeah.
Wait,
that's
which one in the train? I don't remember the train.
the girl in the train. In the car.
Exactly, who had
writing letters
because
to her
for
lover.
some reason
Oh yeah, that was weird.
he needs to instead he has a TARDIS, but instead he uses a train to pull the door open.
Yeah. Well, because he got separated. Well, no, I mean, in the time wibbly wobbly thing, but
Yeah.
but in reference to that, like even with that, like yes, he was basically saying like, look, each one of us needs to be loved and cared for, and then through Christ we can have that love and that light and that joy in our lives.
Dude, you're doing so much work for these writers.
Yep.
I can I love that
like,
you're
I feel like
trying.
it would have been
I love
really
that you're
cool.
trying, but like you're doing so much work for them, buddy. I love it. though.
I feel like that would have been really cool if that's what they did.
I'm pretty sure that's what they were going for.
Look, you want to see my favorite scene?
I don't know if I want it.
Okay, I'm not going to share. I'm not sharing.
See, okay, I'm watching the scene right now again. I had to look it up because I immediately deleted it from my hard drives as soon as it was over, and then cleared my recycle bin.
Oh man!
But here he is. She's like, "Oh, you'll eat the star and you'll die." And she says, "No, I won't. I will shine everywhere and forever. I'm not going to die. I'm going to help everybody."
Like Christ.
No. You don't help Christ. You don't help Christ by committing suicide.
She's not really committing suicide. She's not dying.
She didn't have to die.
She literally says she's not dying.
And the doctor says she is. He's like, "Oh, I'm not really dying because I'm just disintegrating and becoming a star."
Yeah,
that's dying.
That's dying.
But
That's
here's
dying.
the other thing too. How did Christ do it for us? He died for us.
Yes, and
Right,
he
and then he
was
came
the
back-
savior.
And then he came
Troy
back
is
to
not
life
the
because he's the
savior.
son of God.
Fat
I'm just saying
feminists
that
can't
there's a
save
lot of
you.
parallels with her character and Christ.
Look,
Okay. Anyway,
Or
this
how
is
does
all
the
moot.
star-
This is all moot
how
because
does
this
the
is the
star-
best scene.
where does the T-Rex come in? That's all I'm concerned about.
It's before Christ. Before Christ. After
I would
the
hope it's
feminist
before Christ.
it says that she's a lesbian.
Otherwise, there's a T-Rex roaming around New York right now. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so go find a friend.
This is my favorite scene.
She says
Where
nothing about every one of us has a light inside of you. I don't know what you're talking about, Jared.
She totally does.
he's watching it right now. Okay, but watch this scene. This is great. The doctor needs to get a heavy door off of a thing, so he ties a rope to it and then transports to this train and then walks up to the top of
This
is great.
This is ridiculous.
This is so good. Watch this. This is so freaking good. So the rope he is holding with a grappling hook. The end of that rope is attached to a big heavy stone door. Okay, and
Wait, how did he get up there?
well, he climbed up. Okay, it's a cut. It's a rough cut. He climbed up. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, this was really dumb.
Watch. It gets better.
What's with the faces?
I know.
Okay.
Dude, you're all dead.
All he had to do was just drop the grappling hook behind the train. Instead, he swings it around like a cowboy, literally like 15 times.
Wait a second.
Watch this.
I know. I love it. And it's not like it's just like 1, 2, 3. And then, it's like
Look, it's so good. It's so good.
Come on, I gotta get this right.
What
Watch.
is the rope attached to?
It's a grappling hook, but the end of the rope at the it's going through a portal is attached to a big stone door in a different room. So all of the doors are portals. So it's a hotel it's a time hotel, and they're having a special Christmas night where every room is Christmas on a different year in a different place. And so it's Christmas on a hotel, and it's also Christmas at Dinosaur Land, and it's also Christmas in Bethlehem. And so he opened one door, and there's a big stone door. He has to get the star, so he ties a rope to the stone door and then goes through another door, which is on a train, and then he throws the grappling hook. But watch how many times he swings it.
I know. I literally thought the same thing. I was laughing.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
Yeah,
and that's just on camera. It pans up, and he's been swinging it for a long time, and so that he can drop it.
Yep. He didn't need to get up on the
He
train.
didn't even need to get up there. Just drop it
No!
at the door.
He didn't need to get on top of the train. He just tossed it out the back.
I agree. That was really, really.
Jared, I found the line you're referring to. You're right.
This is the best line, though.
Say, you're right, but you're wrong.
They interrupt the entire plot to say, "Oh, hey, that love letter. You should the grammar's bad. You should send it. You should rewrite it before you send it to your man." And she says, "No, it's to a woman."
Yeah,
and it has nothing to do with the rest of the plot. It has nothing. She's not even in the story. She's just he opens the door and she's in the train car. He never talks to her until this moment where she says
to ask her if she wants some pumpkin latte or some crap, which had nothing to do with the plot at all. Okay, so going back to the scene. Okay. Oh, you've got to
still. No. There's no audio. We're just gonna do stills. Don't do it. Don't eat the star.
Okay, so that's the scene right there. He says you'll die, and he says, "What about the star seed?" And he says, "It's in me now. It's in all of us." And then this is the scene. And then play it. This is where she says it. It's in me now. It's in all of us. And then it flashes to all the other people that died and became part of the star. It's not saying that we all have the light of Christ as human beings living on this earth who are children of God.
It's saying all of the people who died in this episode have been absorbed by the star.
So it's saying, hey, kill yourself. It's okay.
The star
We become a
sounds
star
evil.
together.
That's not what it's saying. It's
That's
not
exactly
saying
what
hey,
it's saying.
No, just because it happened to be the guys that died doesn't mean it happens to be those guys that it showed. It doesn't mean that
that's exactly what it's saying. He said everyone that died, it's okay because we're becoming a star. That's exactly what she's saying.
Is the star saying
that's where the light is. What?
Fully disagree.
It's absorbing the souls of the people it kills. Oh no.
What's funny though is that the entire episode they're saying the starseed will bloom and flesh will rise, but that and that's like the bad guy's plan is to make the starseed bloom so that flesh will rise, but that only happens if the bad guy's plan doesn't work.
Yeah,
I know, but they manipulated it at the end and changed it.
But that's what but the bad guys were saying the starseed will bloom and flesh will rise, and that only makes sense because of the ending of this, because flesh rises, she's flesh and she becomes a star. But that's not what the bad guys wanted, so why were the bad guys saying that flesh would rise?
Well, because they ultimately get what they want. They get the energy of the sun.
Yeah, so she dies. Yeah,
it's just
that sounds.
It's just way far away, right? Like right here. Hey,
you know what makes my flesh rise, baby?
Oh my goodness!
Chudy got one.
Eating souls. Yes. Shang Tsung. Where's Kano? Oh, sorry.
You guys completely missed it.
No, sorry, Jared. You're reading way too much into
No,
this and giving them far
I
too much
don't think
credit.
so. I don't think so.
Also,
Specifically-
it is. It's
specifically
so
talking
look. Justification. The company's called Villengard. Okay, it's not. It's similar.
Villengard is the company.
Yes.
Villengard.
Yep, exactly.
That's why I was thinking Valte, but
Villengard.
yeah.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
They're not the good guys, right? 'Cause
No,
Villain-
there's another group of bad guys called Bad Guy Co.
What
And
about,
so
what about Asshole Mart?
yeah,
That's next season.
that
Okay,
one didn't
sorry.
do so well with test audiences.
Asshole Mart.
Oh my
I-
goodness.
I disagree, Jared. I think you're reading too much into this. I do agree that I appreciate that they didn't completely try to discredit Christianity. There's like, okay,
Oh,
you know,
I like
maybe,
that
you know, whatever.
he steals the rope from these guys.
Oh, yeah.
who have just
Who
finished
are gonna
saying
need it.
they've just finished saying we're gonna freeze to death if we can't
Yeah.
make it past down this mountain.
Yeah.
And he shows up and steals their supplies.
Yeah.
And
Very
they say and then they say, why are you taking that? And he says, because it was there.
It was
Because
there.
you dirty white people took things because you only climbed Everest because it was there, so that gives me the right to steal your only way home.
Oh,
Bye,
now you're
suckers.
looking way too far into it.
He winks at the camera. He says, because it was there, and then winks. I'm reading between the lines.
You're definitely reading between the lines. That's
So
way
wait,
too
he
far into
stole
the line.
what now?
He stole their
Oh,
rope.
there's
Their grappling
another
hook.
door.
He stole from them.
There's another door into this Antarctica climate thing, and so he goes through there to steal the rope to bring to the train car in a different place to throw it and to break off some
these
rock
guys need the
where the
grappling
star
hook?
was hiding.
What? Yes, they need it to so they don't freeze to death. They need to get down the mountain.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Why are you taking our equipment?
Why does he look like a midget?
Because he's
kneeling.
hunched over.
He's trying to be sneaky. This is him trying to sneak.
Because it was there.
Hold on, I gotta see the wink.
Okay, I'm sorry. He rolls his eyes. He goes, he goes, because it was there.
Definitely sounds like you're reading.
Sorry, it was
reading
almost a
between
wink.
the lines there.
But he's
But wait, he
literally
just killed those
literally
guys.
criticizing like manifest
White
destiny. You know,
explorers,
like
Wait, are they dying without the grappling hook?
yes,
Then he killed them.
Yes.
He just murdered them.
yes.
But don't worry, they'll become part of the star. Then they'll have the light.
Yeah.
in them.
Oh, is that
Yeah.
what? So they're a star now?
Also, anytime
Wait,
anyone
open
dies,
your eyes.
the star,
Open your eyes.
the star continues to suck people's souls out of their
Dude, it
bodies.
sounds like Frostmourne. What
Because
is
it has a
happening?
flashback scene where she goes back. The feminist, as a star, goes back. Oh my goodness, we forgot to talk about COVID. This
Oh, yeah.
episode
What is it,
has the
Christmas special?
audacity.
Wait,
So
what?
the fat feminist character, who the first line out of her mouth says, well, first off, a lizard alien shows up in her apartment, in her hotel room, and
God,
she's
I hate when that happens.
right.
Right? I know, right?
Okay, look.
Yeah,
Let me
this
see if I
episode's
can
a
pull up
mess.
the still. Okay, here we go. She's staying in a room that happens to be connected for this night only to the Time Hotel, right? And that's the
not for this
by
night
the way,
only. It's a
that's the
recurring
reason
thing.
that's the reason why there's always a hotel door in your hotel room that doesn't open and you don't know where it goes. It goes to the Time Hotel.
It doesn't go to the adjacent.
So
Yeah.
she's
Room?
staying in this room. A giant lizard alien shows up and tries to get her to tries to kill her, and the doctor shows up to save her life. And the first words out of her mouth are "Don't mansplain to me,"
Yeah, that was a bit ridiculous.
and not "Why the crap is there an alien in my room?" And then, I kid you not, the manager of this hotel, this is not the Time Hotel. They're all connected to like different real life hotels. Okay, so the manager of the regular hotel walks in and sees an alien, and the feminist complains, "Hey, what's going on?" "Well, there's two random strangers in my room, and I don't know where they came from." And the manager says,
One is an
"Okay,
alien."
that doesn't normally happen," and leaves.
No, she stays because
Oh.
later she then makes a comment about how It's ridiculous
she-
that they're mansplaining stuff.
She doesn't leave. She goes to the bathroom to get the towels.
She says, "That's odd." Instead of calling the police, she says, that doesn't normally happen here. People don't normally break into my guests' hotel rooms.
And one of them's an alien.
I will say this: the alien looks sort of cool, though.
Yeah, it's actually pretty good practical effects.
Is it the T-Rex? Did the star turn him into a?
No, these
Oh,
was-
okay.
No, he dies. He dies in this scene.
Oh, he's part of Shang Tsung's star?
Look! What's great though? He starts dying, and to help him, the doctor mounts him. He climbs on top of him as he's dying. It's bizarre.
Yeah, it's weird.
Dude, look, he gets on the bed. Oh no, I'm dying. And the doctor goes, "Okay, let me stay by you." No, I'm going to mount you.
He was next to him. He was next to him.
It doesn't matter.
Alan.
He's dying. He's letting the star with the briefcase out of the room.
Yeah.
I know, that was dumb. I thought
For
that
plot
No
convenience. just 'cause he
dying.
wants
I'm
to
not
have a
having
nice
that.
gay heart to
Okay.
heart with this dying man.
But
But the
dies?
okay, the point of the story is when he starts talking to afterwards. We got to get back to the COVID stuff. Okay, he has to spend a whole year, which is also just stupid, but whatever.
That Panda Express?
yeah.
Grub.
So once he gets her back, and he snaps her out of her little trance, they have a heart to heart, and she talks about, "Oh, you know what it's like to be alone because you never have any friends, doctor. During the pandemic, I had to watch my grandma die over Skype because I wasn't allowed to see her. Wasn't that a horrible thing?" And you're like, you guys were the ones who made that happen, right? You guys were the ones who were celebrating that on Twitter and getting mad at anyone who complained about their relatives dying. And so then at the end of the episode, after she's turned into a star, and because the Time Hotel, everything's on Christmas, it has a flashback where she goes and talks to her mom in the hospital, but as a star, and then sucks her soul.
Yeah, that was kind of weird.
She kills her grandma, dude.
Huh?
She kills her own mom.
Yeah, that was weird.
Wait a sec.
She sucks
Dude,
out
this is a
her
weapon of
mother's.
mass destruction. Look at she's sucking souls from sky.
Yeah, the
Holy
Star
shit,
of
this is
Bethlehem
like a
is
fucking-
evil.
This
The
is a
Star of
satellite.
Bethlehem
This
is an
China's-
evil, hungry
this is a Chinese
feminist.
weapon. Holy shit! It's
That's
sucking
okay,
souls from
'cause-
orbit. This sounds
'cause
like
now
a
they-
tactical nuke.
Now they have the light in them, so now they can share the joy of the world
What
to
if, what if the
everybody.
Star of Bethlehem wants to suck the soul of the president?
Yeah, good point.
Oh my
I know,
god!
it's
the
not
T-Rex
like-
is up there too.
I didn't.
Well,
No, because that was after the star didn't show up till
Oh,
Bethlehem. So,
yeah. So the
anywhere that
T-Rex.
is before, 1 AD, they're SOL.
Right there.
They
Yeah,
can't
right.
be part of the star. No, anyway.
Also, the doctor was a complete idiot this entire episode.
So
there were
wait,
Yeah.
there were times where like the room was shaking, and you literally boom, boom, boom,
Oh,
and
wait,
she's
are
like,
we supposed to
"There's
know,
dice."
so just to be so
Yeah.
was her grandmother dying? So was that
It was her
like,
mom. It was her
Her,
mom.
So
her
was
mom
her
was
mom
dying, but
dying, or was she
in
just
that
sick?
show, she was sick with COVID in the hospital, and she died in the hospital. But
So it
doesn't
goes
show
back.
her
It goes
die.
it goes back. It says, and it shows her talking. So this is her past self
Okay.
watching her grandma die, and then she says,
her
"Okay,
mom-
I'm hanging up now because I'm gonna go die," and then she shows up as a star and kills her mother.
Yeah. And it's not like she dies and then the star sucks up her soul. No, the star sucks up
Wait.
her living
So
soul,
in
and she
time,
dies.
so she wasn't really dying of COVID. The star just killed her
Yeah.
preemptively.
Yeah,
Yep, pretty much.
she
So we
hangs
don't
up.
know
On,
if
she
COVID
hangs
was-
up.
We don't
And
know
then-
if COVID was
So
going to kill her. The star
she's-
preemptively did it, or
Yep.
like is this a time loop where she did die?
A
And
good
she's
question.
taking her soul before she could die of
See,
COVID.
I'm gonna hang
Like,
up
is
on
that
you.
what that's supposed? Like, no. I'm trying to be like, is that what is this supposed to be like a mercy?
Yeah, again, it's saying
that
suicide.
what it's supposed to be?
I think that Stephen Moffat. I mean, he's from England, but it kind of feels like he's from Canada with all of these assisted suicides he's putting
Well,
on
I'm
in this
just
episode.
I'm just like trying to like, is it supposed to be depicted as a mercy rather than her dying
Yeah.
of COVID? It's taking her life before
Yes.
COVID could kill her. Is that
That's what it's supposed. Yeah, but she's killing her. Look, she's still alive. getting her soul sucked, and
Happy, though.
she disintegrates. She does a Thanos.
So, what do they do in the star?
Kill people. That's it. They suck up souls.
And
And
what if
they
there's a dark
apparently
planet
they
there and
power
just having fun?
a horrible, evil capitalist company.
If you could see in the star and they were just having a shindig, like chilling, drinking champagne, would you be okay with the star suckage?
The star suckage.
How good does the star suck?
If they're just up there having a party, feeling good about life, it's like, hey, my soul's in the star, I'm good.
I think it would depend on how good the
How
suck is.
good? I'm just saying, just throwing it out there.
Yeah.
I think that's how so this is supposed to be viewed as like a mercy, right?
Yeah, I'm killing my mom so that she doesn't suffer. Yes.
Okay, just making sure.
Also, we don't know that she would have died of COVID, right?
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to say.
She probably would have made it.
Would she have survived?
Like if you go back, if you look at her heart rate monitor, like she's doing okay.
Well,
watch.
that's what I'm sort of asking, because like
look,
we're dealing with.
She's doing pretty good.
That's what I'm sort of.
Look, you've got blood oxygen.
Not to be a dick, right? But it's like, so we're doing a bunch of time stuff, right? And she's like, well, my mom died of COVID. It's like, well, what if your mom really didn't die of COVID? It was actually you killed her before she could get better from COVID.
Yeah.
Or did she actually die? Like, I don't know. But you're dealing with time, so time is weird. So it's like, did she ever really die of COVID, or was it always you that killed her as the star?
Those are not bad numbers.
I don't know. It's sort of weird.
Yes, it's very weird and convoluted.
So,
Jared, what else are we wrong about?
But the real question is, if you could go back in time and kill baby Jesus, which
100%, suck him in, right in the star, get him in there. He'll be safe in there. Get him.
See, it's a twist on the whole you're killing baby Hitler, right? Oh,
gosh.
Yeah, there's a bunch of dudes and her mom. So it was just so dumb.
That was my thoughts on it.
Yeah, I can see where you're coming from, Jared, but I think you're reading too much into it and giving them too much credit and seeing what you want to see.
That's what I initially thought, but this is actually one of the times I feel most confident that it wasn't reading into it. But that's all right. Everyone, has a different perspective, and
another stupid thing.
They will.
The entire point of this character, right, it was him saying you need to learn how to be a human, right, and not just a Time Lord. And the one thing she said is, I'm going to be sad that you're going to leave because you're not going to come back and say goodbye. And he says, no, I'll say goodbye. And then how does the episode end, Jared? Does he come back and say goodbye to her? Nope. He sends the consigliere with a note saying, hey, do you want a job at the Time Hotel? He breaks his oath.
Oh.
He's the owner of the Time Hotel?
No, she's the owner of the regular hotel, and she gets a job at the Time Hotel at the end. See, he sends the consigliere. I don't know how to say that French word. But he promised her that he would come back and say goodbye.
Yep.
And then didn't.
And Joy, when she was dying too, said that, you need friends. You spent a whole year with that woman. That shows that, whatever.
He doesn't.
Some companionship, and he just doesn't care.
Doesn't care. So
dumb. See, I disagree that he doesn't care. I think he.
Well,
episode show that he does care.
Dude, he's got a time machine. He can go back and say goodbye anytime. He's Doctor. Maybe
he just was off camera.
He is the Lord of Time.
They kill people off camera all the time. Maybe they said goodbye off camera. You got a problem with that?
It did the whole Bethlehem reveal was almost as bad as the whole the Southlands turning into Mordor.
I don't know if it was as bad as that.
Oh, of course.
Is there a pupil in there?
What the heck?
Yeah, right there.
It was Bethlehem the whole time, guys.
The Avengers will be back. Oh, it's year one.
I appreciated it. I thought it was actually much better Christmas special than some of the other ones. And anyway.
I don't know. That has some pretty dang good banger episodes, Christmas specials.
Well, yes. So I should say maybe not quality wise, but like
So of the garbage episodes, it wasn't the most garbage.
yeah, exactly.
Oh, okay, there you go. Yeah, that's a win. It's a good, a 7 out of 10. A great way to end your magnum opus, Brandon Sanderson.
True.
7 out of 10.
I think I still think it's the worst Christmas special. But there are some.
I didn't watch any of the Jodie Whittaker Christmas specials though.
Jodie Whittaker didn't have any. She had New Year's specials.
She didn't
and holiday specials.
She didn't do a Christmas special because she doesn't believe in God.
No, I think actually the last one might have been back on Christmas, the one I haven't seen. But she did a New Year's special, and then there was another holiday special that I think was
Happy Holidays.
Yeah, but anyways, they're basically aired on New Year's. Those were pretty bad. And then one of the early ones with I don't remember if it was this one or if it was David Tennant with the angels on the not the angels, but the robot angels on the spaceship. That one was very great. But all the other Christmas specials have been amazing. We had David Tennant. His first episode was the Christmas special. That one was fantastic. Then they had Twice Upon a Time. That was really good. They had A Christmas Carol, which was fantastic. They had the 40th anniversary, which no, that wasn't.
That wasn't a Christmas special. It was
that
just
was really
special.
good.
That was like because there was a gap year between those seasons.
The Husbands of River Song. That one's one of my favorite
That's good.
episodes. So good.
I like the Christmas Carol one. That's my favorite.
Christmas Carol, I think, is my second favorite episode after Blink.
I really wanted to like the one with where they brought in Frost. What's
Oh yeah, the snowman.
No,
Yeah.
the actor Nick Frost, right?
Oh,
He plays Santa, and it wasn't a very good episode.
I don't remember that. Was that the one with the killer snowman? Because that one was another one that wasn't.
It was the one where he played Santa Claus. Nick Frost came in to play Santa Claus, and it wasn't very good. But I was excited for Nick Frost, and it was a letdown.
Yeah, I don't remember that one.
I think it was.
Oh, Last Christmas. Yeah.
Yeah, it was with Peter Capaldi, so it was one of the bad.
Yeah,
seasons,
you're right. That one wasn't great. I completely forgot about that one
because it wasn't good. Better than this one. Anyway, it's a 3-hour show.
Yeah.
It was a nice quick show for you
Well,
guys.
that's quick show. Nice quick show tonight, guys.
We were supposed to just talk about Silo. We talked about Silo. We talked about Rings of Power and
Wheel of Time.
A little bit. We talked about Doctor Who. We talked about Dungeon Crawler Carl. We talked about Wind and Truth. We talked about Cosmere General. That was
fault.
full.
Yeah. On point,
full
guys.
What I
tangent.
do? Chaos follows me. What can I say?
Love to have you on whenever you're available to talk about more Silo and Severance if you're going to be watching it. But.
Yeah, I'm gonna be watching it for sure. So absolutely, sounds fun. Hopefully, it keeps being good.
Yeah,
Fingers crossed.
I'm hopeful because they took so long with the.
Well, they've set, so episode 9 is going to be an hour long, so it's about 10-15 minutes longer than the normal episode, and the rumors are that episode 10 is going to be like an hour and a half.
Oof.
The last 2 episodes of Silo.
The episode 9, which comes out this Friday, Thursday morning, is 1 hour long, so it's the longest one yet, and then the finale is supposed to be even longer.
That's good. That's good.
If it's good, it's good.
You're right.
If it's not, it's just more dragging their feet. But
that's true.
Yeah.
But generally, if there's a longer episode, that means they have a lot of stuff.
Generally, yeah.
Right.
Which is a little bit weird. Should have just.
you could have put.
We'll see. Hopefully, it's just good. We'll keep a positive thought. Hopefully, it's just. Good.
I have a feeling it'll be good. The last season dragged its. Season 1 dragged its feet a lot too, and then ended pretty well.
They've teed it up, so hopefully they knock it out. We'll see.
Oh, Steve, you're gonna let those comments fly. Can you see the chat?
Steve's favorite book is
Nathan's
Wind and
just
Truth.
trying to get a rise out of me. He knows that
He
dude,
knows
Nathan
he knows
straight
how to
up-
make Steve's flesh rise, if you know what I mean.
Nathan straight up canceled his order for Wind and Truth after hearing what we had to say about it. So yeah. So
Yeah, I haven't even started it just because of what I've heard.
it's tough. It's a blow.
I started
I'm-
Dungeon Crawler instead.
I'm
Yes.
almost
About
tempted
book two.
to cancel the Kickstarter, but I think it's too late. I think they already collected it.
The what?
It
The
just
RPG one?
starts the cards.
No, the D&D stuff.
Yeah, I canceled that one.
Yeah, the RPG.
Yeah, I had some stuff coming from the Words of Radiance Kickstarter. Like I got some of the swag stuff.
Yeah.
I think it's too late to cancel that, or I would have. But I canceled the D&D stuff, which I never thought. Yeah, it's crazy.
So disappointing. Anyway, we'll do it. Yeah. Yeah. Do you have anything else to plug other than what we already
Well, I guess
we already
I
talked
mean, I
about it.
guess-
We're gonna do Wind and
Yeah.
Truth stream.
We got Wind and Truth, Carl. Hopefully tomorrow, I'll put that. I'll send that flag
I
up.
wanna-
See if everybody's around to do
I'd-
Carl.
I'd love to start talking about Dresden Files too.
Dresden. Hopefully, yeah, I'll talk to you after too about that. I'll send you a message. But yeah, a whole bunch of stuff if I can, get the time and
Yep.
motivation. And I think I just need to make a video just to get started again. That's my big problem. Is
Yeah. Once you take a break, and that's what I'm in too. I'm like, oh, it's just one more day of not posting.
Yeah, no, it's just I need to rip the Band-Aid off and
Yeah.
get going on making videos again. So hopefully soon something. I have several things that I want to do and I've sort of half started that I haven't.
Yeah. I
So-
need
Same
to
here. I got several things filmed. I just need to finish
do
editing.
the editing.
Yeah, it's always the editing that gets me.
Yeah.
So I usually once I figure out that if I record a certain way, I don't have to edit. Hey, we're good. So
Yep, that's what I'm trying to get set up. I need some.
Well, I've liked doing all these book streams because I don't have to do any editing too.
Yeah,
It's just like, oh, hey,
exactly.
let's just read a book and talk about it.
Yep.
Anyway, thanks
Cool.
for coming on. We'll hopefully
Yeah.
see you soon.
Glad I made it.
Anything you want to plug or?
Me?
Yeah.
Just call tomorrow, man. Like hopefully we're there. I think that's the best way. Just
'Kay.
come to the channel. It's all
do
random,
it. Hopefully tomorrow.
We have fun. That's it. We try to have fun.
nice.
I'm excited to talk about 5. So, and I'm like, I only have like an hour left on Ender's Shadow, so I can start a new book right now. If we do the stream tomorrow, perfect time.
There you go. All right. Well, we'll get it. There's no reason we couldn't. I'm around, so we should just do it. Not
'Kay.
even. Yeah. So I'll
All right.
set it up.
We'll see you guys
Right.
tomorrow. That's a wrap. Are you writing an RPG? No. Okay. Bye.
Bye.
And now it is time to say goodbye.
We had a great conversation.
It's been fun. But all good things must come to an end, and the goodest ending I can think of is...
Right now, this moment, this night.
So I guess we just say goodbye.
So, goodbye.
Toodaloo. Au revoir. Auf Wiedersehen. Ciao. Ding dao day. But come back next week for more outrageous bloopers.
This is the end.
Well, there's only one thing left to do.
I'm gonna go home and sleep with my wife.
Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. If it's true, please take a minute to subscribe to the channel, and you can join us along for the ride. And if you pay me, I'll try to be more entertaining, so please consider joining.
I'd buy that for $1.